the community you guys have built is the best thing about Coda Code.
If you're in final year, I say do it, because that's exactly what I done, and now alhamdulillah I'm in a good position.
I have a gamified view to life. Tell them something, man. I can't tell them it's too normal now, man. Like, I'm trying to max XP, bro.
Not LARPing.
So LARPing is the act of
I had a picture in my head as you were describing all of that.
It's the first episode of our podcast without getting cancelled. Just one.
Welcome to our first ever podcast. And obviously, we have to start with the most special guest for the podcast. And we've got Muzi.
Oh, assalamu
Well,
alaikum, everyone.
his name's actually Mustafa, but Muzi.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, everyone. Yeah, I can't lie to you. I'm quite happy for me to be the first guest. You know, especially as, you know, we understand my personality. I think it fits the best. What do you think? What do you think?
Fair play, man. Fair play.
They laugh. I was about to say something serious.
I mean, but it's big trouble.
I genuinely think you have the most energy.
100%.
For those of you who don't know, Muzi, when we first started, like this is after he landed a role, or just before he landed a role. And what we remember, and this was on the Qatar trip, is he was doing an interview, and
Oh, God.
and the thing is, there was pressure. We were all watching him do an interview,
Yeah.
and the only thing I remember is every time he was asked a question, he would jump out of his seat and he would go, "Do you know what I mean?"
You need to bring that
You know what I mean?
But do you know what it is, yeah? You know, that's something, like, we made it, I remember we all laughed about it at the end of that interview, but now it's something that I do consciously, because it just shows people, it shows the hiring managers that I've got energy, like, I'm willing to learn, or whatever, like, I can show them that I'm a good culture fit. You know, I'm not gonna come in and
Bring
just,
it back. How'd you do it?
How do we do it right now?
Yeah.
Wait, am I gonna
Ask
do
you a
it?
question, bro.
You know what I mean? but like, you've got to remember, in that interview, I genuinely got up out of my seat. And I was like, for that, I remember at the time I saw you guys laughing. I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what I've done really. Even the other day, I was looking back for B-rolls. I remember seeing the B-roll of my like interview, me sharing my screen and everything. And I was saying like, wow, like, you know, I have the, what's it called? Even, because maybe when I'm doing the interviews myself, I don't see it. But especially when I'm actually looking back at it, I really do like really project my voice and it sounds like I'm screaming a little bit. But it works.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
works.
100%. 100%.
It wasn't.
Yeah, and on that note, that's why you are the best first guest for the podcast, because you have that energy. I think even the tech space, anytime we talk about tech, confidence and that energy is what gets you the furthest. Like we talk about visibility, we talk about LinkedIn, like even putting your cameras on like during sessions. It's all like for that end goal of landing a role, right?
We first found you on LinkedIn, to be honest. Before you even joined Kodako.
You've been scouted.
He was visible before you even joined us.
You know what's crazy? We were just talking about this before, and there were people in the Coda, and this was like boot camp days when we were running like the boot camp cohorts. And what Muzi would do is every person that was posting at the time, he would just scout them. He was like exhibit A, exhibit B, and he would just look at different people's profiles and see what they were posting. By the way, mind you, these guys are in the Coda Code program. Muzi at the time wasn't. And then suddenly we start seeing this guy. Does anyone know? Like, is he in the program? Is he even doing the course?
Yeah.
And
I
then-
was confused.
And then I was like, I don't think he is. Like, he's not in the program. I haven't seen him like in the Discord. And then, who was it that reached out? Was it? Did you reach
Hamid.
out to?
So Hamid reached out to me, like basically saying, if you need any help, let me know. But I reached out to Qais because I think we'll finish your bit. But for me, I was just trying to figure out how is Kodako doing this, because I need to figure out how to do this ASAP at the time. Because I remember I was still following the roadmap. I remember asking you, Murad, for the roadmap, getting that roadmap, and then going onto your post. It's good. You had the resources. And I said, cool, I've got the roadmap, I've got the resources, let me smash everything.
Just
on
putting
by
everything
one.
together.
Yeah. Now, also, I'm on LinkedIn and I'm seeing everybody who's in Kodako posting on LinkedIn. I'm like, okay, cool. I only see Kodako people on my LinkedIn, and I'm saying, I keep going. I'm like, all right, cool. I understand DevOps. I understand why is everybody posting? I said, cool, there must be another reason. Must be like a little indicator. Went off in my head. I've definitely got to start posting. So now I start. Then on top of that, researching every single person's post. I remember the people I used. Qais was number one. Then it was Yusuf. You understand Yusuf again. Allahumma barik. You saw the way he used to post. They were storytelling. They were very captivating. I said, cool, that one as well. I need to now mix it a bit. Do you get it? I remember Hamid at the time. That's when he got his 3 Kubernetes certs. I'm like, cool. I understand now. Certifications you got to post about as well. You post about everything, right? I said, cool. And that's when I did it slowly but surely. I still remember my first post. I was in uni. I said, cool. I need to have photo. They all have photos or GIFs. I need some sort of photo. Let me take a photo. Took a little photo. Literally it was on my laptop and literally like the screen. That's it. Took a photo of that. And then I still remember my next was like about AWS Snow Family. Something like, again, I thought would have benefit. Of course, I've never used it in my life, but it's like, it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, all right, cool. Me, I'm just trying to gauge what Codeco has done. And I'm gonna try to implement myself. But then I reached a point where I was like, oh, well, I now need code. I understand stuff, but nothing links.
Everything led to that.
Yeah.
Your computer science degree is not going to get you a job. Whether you're between the ages of 16 to 18 thinking about what career, what degree you want to pursue, or whether you're in university and you're studying computer science and you're hoping that you're going to land that graduate role in a fan company that you're most likely not going to. There's thousands and thousands of computer science grads that have gone to better universities than you that are competing for a minuscule amount of jobs. If you want to be able to separate yourself from others, you need to niche down into a speciality. Codeco is where we teach you guys about DevOps, and with a community-focused area of learning, you can become a DevOps engineer within just 6 months and separate yourself from all those other computer science students. Muzzy himself was able to land a role by joining Codeco during his 3rd year of university, balancing his dissertation whilst landing a DevOps role. If you haven't seen it firsthand from Muzzy, you could do the same.
The first time I heard about DevOps at all was first year. Now, I did software engineering for business, meaning there was a business aspect to the modules. We had one business module, 3 software engineering modules, right? I remember in that business module, they made us do a presentation of frameworks. And DevOps was one of the frameworks that my friend did. And I said, cool. Like, at the time, for us, DevOps was a buzzword. I need to get a first. If I don't get a first on this. So we're just like, it's like a passing word. All right, cool. Passing concept. DevOps, I've heard of it now. 2nd year comes about. And I finished 2nd year. And alhamdulillah, I think from there, I was on track for first. But it was like the looming impending sense of doom of that. I don't have any internships lined up. I don't have any sort of grad role lined up. I don't even know what I want to do. So I remember I spent that July trying to get into like web dev. So I tried to like create websites and stuff. But the more I did it, the more I hated it. I said, this is so boring. I couldn't imagine myself creating a website. I need to find another part of tech which excites me. That's when I stumbled across your videos. Now, 2nd year summer, I was in Qatar. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
Now, 2nd year, so 2024 summer, I was in Qatar at the time. And I remember you came off my For You page. I remember saying to one of my brethren, like, should I message him? Like, yo, there's about 3-4 men here that do software engineering. Should I message him? Like, should we link him and like chat to him and that? And then, of course, it's a passing comment. We're trying to relax on holiday. So I was like, all right, cool. But again, it was that I've seen you now before. And now I'm understanding there is a market for DevOps. So then once I come back from my holiday, I start trying to do this web dev stuff. I'm not liking it, but I'm saying, cool. The videos are coming up again. All right, cool. This DevOps thing may be something that I want to do. So then from there, that's when I do heavy research. That's when I come across the roadmap. I hear you're giving out a roadmap. I message you straight away for it. I hear you've got resources. I come to you for it. And from there, I then start myself trying to learn. And I always say, I did I didn't do it. I did it to not even a junior level, but I had like a familiarity of each concept up until Docker. When Docker came about, I said, guys, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like, I couldn't find the course. I was like, I need now. And also I needed projects. So I remember I reached out to you, wasn't it? I remember. So I reached out to you and I asked you, I told you like where I was at the moment in time. And I said, yeah, I just need some sort of project so things can link together. And that's when me and you got on a call. It was actually us three that got on a call. And then from there, you were saying that you were going to create a community at the time, which obviously happened just at the end of that year. But you said, you know what, you know enough, join the bootcamp. And now at the time, I was thinking, this bootcamp, you guys told me you were like 6 weeks in at the time. I'm like, 6 weeks in, I'm going to have to catch up 6 weeks. I was like, wow, like this is going to be a graft. And I was thinking in my mind, like, again, but in my mind, I already had that mindset of, I'm in 3rd year right now. I have nothing lined up. I don't apply to grad roles at this moment in time. It must be September. I haven't applied to any grad roles. And I'm thinking like, well, at the moment I need to graft. If I don't graft now, then I've done 3 years for no reason. Do you understand?
100%.
So I'm like, I didn't want that to happen. So then I remember, again, you guys, we had a conversation. I joined again, reluctant. I always like to say, at first, because of my materialistic external factors that we can get into if we want to. That
Now
helped-
we'll get into it. Let's get into it.
You know what I mean?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about what you were struggling between choosing Kodako and another decision,
So-
another life decision.
Oh, hey, it's another thing.
Let's
So-
talk about it.
So at the time,
Did not hold him back.
most people know that I was working. I was at that time anyway. I was working 2 jobs. I was working Royal Mail in the morning. So I used to wake up in the morning, go to uni for like an hour. My shift would be from 1 to 7 Royal Mail delivery. Then I'd have 8 to 4 security. So I'd go home, run, like eat, get right back out, and I'm in security. Do that for 8 hours, go back to sleep. That was for about 5 months. That's how I was doing that straight. So I was thinking, I'm saving up the money. I need a little car. And I decided to, bless myself basically. And I said, cool. What I'm gonna do? At the time, I had a CLA, and that CLA again, like I was thinking, like I'm gonna get CLA. I'm gonna get CLA. I'm gonna get CLA. Right now, even to this day, I still have my old car. I still have the Toyota Aygo. I've now ordered a new car, but it's like before I had the Toyota Aygo. I was thinking I need to have an upgrade. So I was thinking, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that CLA on finance, and then from there, I should be good to go. Right? So I'm
The
thinking,
Mercedes CLA, man, it gets everyone down with
Mercedes
there.
CLA
As soon as they
versus
start
Kodako.
seeing a bit of money, Mercedes CLA is like the next accessible
Yeah.
thing to where
You know what it was for
I
me?
made it ish.
For me, it wasn't a CLA, it was a C class. And this is while I was at uni.
ooh,
And imagine like me going to uni,
yeah,
I'm saving up, I'm doing security on the side. Like I'm doing like odd jobs here and there. Mo remembers like I'm doing so many different jobs, like tuition and all these things. And then I was like, I've saved up enough to buy like a C class. So I just splashed on it.
yeah.
Even though I couldn't afford it at the time. Like that money I needed it for something else. But I ended up buying a C class.
I did the same, bro. I bought A class, bro, and I couldn't afford the insurance. Like I don't think you know the predicament you're in to have enough peas for the whip, and you're like, I'll figure the rest out.
Yeah, now you're thinking about
Slap
that.
10 bags on the A class,
Ah,
and I was like, yeah, I'll figure the rest out. Insurance, whatever it is.
that's what it's like. We all live the same life.
I was doing deliveries. I was doing deliveries after uni, before uni, no weekends, bro. Yeah.
First time you shared that before.
You know,
I think the
yeah,
first time you
I
shared
don't
that.
think I've ever discussed.
You've never mentioned delivery.
Wait,
It's like
where
first
did
time.
you come from? Where did you come from? Share that part, man.
If I speak.
I think people would know what school, what company we working for. Was it Royal Mail or was it Amazon?
I was working for a company called Pack. So they were doing deliveries back in the days. Before that, even just before that, I was doing I was working on the Southwest Rail. Like
Oh, for real?
yeah, customer service. Zard might remember. But I was literally I was doing double shifts. And I got in trouble actually. So I was working 16-hour days.
Huh?
I didn't know that's illegal. Or I didn't know like you're not allowed to work 16, 18-hour days, right? So I'll do 8-hour shift and I'll clock into the evening shift. So basically you have the option of choosing either morning or evening. Chose both.
Oh.
More money, right? I was thinking both, more money. So I do the shift from like 6 a.m. to 2, and then the evening was from like 4 or 5, and I would just chill in the station. So it was Waterloo Station. So it's the biggest interchange possible. And you don't know where you get allocated. You kind of go Waterloo, and then you find out from there, and you can get put anywhere in the Southwest Rail. So Chessington, all these different areas, Tolworth. Like I was in random stations, just chilling, just making money. And then I get a call from our supervisor or whatever. He's like, because obviously he goes home after the first shift, so he doesn't know I'm back into the evening shift. And then I must have like been like, oh, really tired one day, and I told the person, yeah, like, I had a morning shift and whatnot, and there was double pay for like bank holiday week. I didn't care, bro.
Hey,
I was just
Exactly.
trying to rack it up. And then afterwards, I got in trouble for that because apparently they were breaching legal working hours, and I had to consent for that.
The crazy part is I have the exact same story, but for a different role. I don't know if you guys know, the company is called Argis, and it's like where you go to different companies and you're scanning their inventory. So it's like you're counting everything they have in stock. So like you have this thing on your finger. It's like a barcode scanner, like a mini barcode scanner, and you have to scan everything in the shop. You have to go through all the different aisles. Like I was doing it at Hugo Boss, Sainsbury's, and the crazy part is, it's always like it's based on shifts. So it's like you're on a 0-hour contract, but it's like you can pick up shifts here and there. And I would hear people dropping their shifts. So I'm like, there's so many shifts available. Not me questioning why they're dropping their shifts. So it's like I've done an 8-hour shift at Sainsbury's, and then now I'm going to Hugo Boss to do another 8-hour shift. Like no break in between. Like I'm going from like place to place. But because they don't know what shifts you're doing, like they never clocked on.
Yeah.
But there was one shift where I was finished. I was about to collapse. Like they just found me like on the I was sitting down, like I can't do this anymore. I'm just complaining to one of the colleagues that was there. I can't do this. This is too much. Even though I put myself through that, like I'm doing a double shift. But yeah, it reminded me of that. It was like a full 18-hour day. No break, like 0 break. Like imagine 18 hours.
Standing on your feet.
Standing on your feet.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part of the job. You can't even sit down.
Yeah.
To see you sitting
Same.
down is a straight like go home.
Oh,
You're not getting paid. Like you're not fired, but go home. You're not getting paid for the shift.
Even the stuff that you did before, even the hours before.
What's
What are you saying? Even the hours before. So let's say, for example,
They
you did
don't know
6
about
hours.
the hours before.
Oh.
Like every shift, like different manager, different
when you have
supervisor.
You're like, hey guys.
like-
To them, it's just new.
Yeah, they think like, why is this guy tired? Like, what's your energy?
Yeah.
But little did they know. But I ended up leaving because it just finished me because it's the standing and like it's so boring because you're not working by yourself. You're standing the whole time, and you have colleagues, but like they're not within reach of speaking to them.
Yeah.
And if you're caught speaking, like your job's at jeopardy. You're going home.
Damn. You know,
But-
Bristol's not that bad. Bristol's really not that bad. I always like to say, like, in terms of the way we did our shifts, again, we've had like bad, for example, like one thing I've noticed here that you guys don't have is like a lot of warehouse work. Like, I remember my biggest like wake up when it comes to like working, especially, is I went to a warehouse and I was there for 4 days. And I remember when I went, so basically the way Bristol is, on the outskirts, something called Seven Beach. Now, you definitely live at Seven Beach, sure.
Gee, I hate it's Seven Beach, bro.
Wait, listen.
Trying to make it sound like we're in Dubai, bro. When he first told me about this Seven Beach, bro, I was thinking, well, I'm trying to go there. And he's like, no, it's not what you think.
No, I don't.
I was like,
Imagine, that's where all the warehouses are, right?
Do
And,
you get,
it's
how
like
does
a
that
factory,
make
it's like
sense?
factories, like all the factories.
How does that make sense, bro?
Nah,
Telling me about Seven Beach.
Nah. Because you know what it is? You know
It
when
sounds good.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm trying to
sounds
go
cool.
there. He's like, no.
yeah, you don't want to go there. So imagine that's where all the warehouses used to be. Now there was a warehouse called the Range. Now we know the Range, right? The shop, right? So I remember going into their warehouse. It was me and one of my other friends, and we do that. I think the first day, again, they don't show us the shop floor. They don't show us the floor at all. And I'm thinking, oh, that's a bit weird. They keep us in a room the whole day. And for me, again, it's free money. The next day, I remember going through the aisles of the floor, and there's about 6 rats in each small aisle. So imagine, right? Obviously, there's like because that warehouse is massive. There's like bunch of products here, aisle, bunch of products there, aisle, right? I'm saying I'm looking into an aisle, I'm seeing 6 rats. And me, I can't, like, I have a phobia of rats. For me, I just can't deal with them.
Phobia?
Look, again, I left. Literally, once I saw that, I remember telling my friend. I told my friend. I remember we did one
Phobia is
shift.
a strong word.
We no, because we done one shift, and I said, all right, cool. The next day, I remember driving. It was a Thursday. I'm driving there, and I just tell him, yo, you could hop out if you're gonna go to the shift. Go to the shift. I'll wait here until you're done. It was about 6 a.m. the shift started. I told him, be out by break. By break, we're both leaving because I'm quitting after this. I remember he left. I went to sleep. I woke up. He knocked at my window. He said, okay, it's time to go home. After that, I never went back to that warehouse. That was my wake up call. I said, I cannot do warehouse again. I need to have something else in the back burner. I need to like at least figure something out. And that was probably what? I was thinking our second year. And then again, after that holiday anyway. Literally after that holiday. And then from there, that summer, I said, that's when I started DevOps.
You know what I find crazy is that people find it absolutely normal to go through these cycles. Like for example, before we found DevOps, it was like cycles of the next job. Like it was this arduous. For me, it was this arduous, and then it's like, okay, I got good results for school. I started teaching, did tuition, and then like in between, I'm just doing so many different things. I'm doing Amazon like what's that thing called?
Dropshipping.
as Amazon Flex.
Yeah, Amazon Flex.
Amazon Flex. I was doing that for a while.
Busy might be too young for that.
And and there was a period of time where I thought like I had another job, and I thought, you know what, I can give someone my Amazon Flex account so that they can do deliveries on my behalf.
I remember this.
And then I thought, you know what, during that time I can make money off that, but at the same time I can do like more tuition, pick up more clients. But then the person I gave the account to,
Blocked it, yeah.
they did a bad job. Like everyone was complaining about their deliveries. Like they would either throw it at at the yard or whatever. They got my account blocked. So I was proper sad. Like
Is it who I think he is, by the way?
yeah, you know who it is. I'm not saying any names, but
Say
they
the
got my
name,
account
man.
blocked, and I'm like, and the way I thought about it was, Blur it out, yeah.
We'll beep.
but but imagine like the way I'm
Blur it
thinking
out.
about it, I just lost a stream of income.
Yeah.
That's how I thought about it. That was a stream of income for me. And then I'm just doing and then I got to security, and then security, it was like, oh, I found my job. Like this is what I want to do.
Yeah, he's nodding. he did his whole boot camp in security, bro. Like, I'm up at 4 a.m. with this guy,
Oh yeah.
and he's
Isn't it
and bro, I swear down,
Oh,
I'm up at 4 a.m. We're coding together, debugging some things, going through
Yeah.
Terraform modules, doing some bits.
he's getting paid for it.
He's doing security as well,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, bro, wait 1 sec, Allah, I think there's fighting outside, bro." He's like, "Allah, I think something's going on outside." Da, 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 da. He's like, "Yeah, I think this crazy person, someone broke in or whatever." Bro.
Yeah.
You're saying a mad thing. He's having to drop off now. I'm teaching him Terraform modules
Yeah.
midway and have to pause now for him to attend to whatever he needs to. And he comes back, he's like, "It's fine. We called the police. Let's carry on." I said, "What?"
Like nothing
I was like,
happened.
yeah. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, "Yeah, let's carry on the Terraform module." Bro, you just called feds. What did you just experience? And he's hearing loud noises.
Yeah, you guys, again, I remember when I used to be on that Discord, so I used to use my microphone as the laptop itself, meaning you can hear what's happening outside. You
Yeah.
can really, if I'm talking to somebody, you can hear it. Now, I used to work at like a vulnerable women's hostel, right? So at the time, again, there'll be a lot of people trying to break in. There'll be a lot of, I'd have to call the police a lot. Whether it be domestic violence or whatever, I'd have to be the first one on the scene, whether it be ambulance or let's say, for example, there'd be a fire. There's a lot of for example, people used to light candles. There'd be a lot of fires, fire brigade. I used to be able to do that. I used to do it all on my shifts. And at the same time, I am also trying to learn Code. So I'm still trying to go through the modules. And at the time, Allahumma barik, I like to say the brothers that were there on that first cohort. Number one, we haven't even talked about everybody in that first cohort, that was active landed a role.
Elite.
We haven't, genuinely, I've never heard anybody speak about that. The fact that every single person that was on that night call landed a role. And Allahumma barik, you can see exactly where they are as well. And we're not saying no junior. We're not talking no junior, especially as well. We're talking about mid-level, we're talking about senior. Allahumma barik. Some of these men, they've moved. Wow.
Dubai, fam.
Dubai, Allahumma barik. You see,
crazy, man.
which is, again, and those people used to be on that call. So they'd hear everything. You guys we'd all hear everything. And then from there, I remember speaking to Murad, like, "Yo, Murad, should I go do it?" He's like, "Yo, bro, just don't worry about only worry about your life. Let's, you know what I mean, close the door, we're good to go." I was like, nah. So I remember checking. If it wasn't too bad, I should leave it. Again,
You had all of that in your security shift. My security shifts was quiet because I was doing night shift at a hotel, quarantine hotel. So by the time it hit midnight, it was my shift was 7 p.m. 7 a.m. As soon as it hit midnight, lights out, everyone's in their room.
Yeah.
You're pretty much doing nothing. You're sitting down or you have an area where you look out, where people go for a smoke, whatever. Even though I thought, you know what, this is a chill job. I can probably just find a room and, knock out till the morning. But that shift, because you're doing nothing, you're now overthinking. You're thinking about so many different things. You're thinking about life. Do I really want to do this? Is this it? Is this you go to your shift, you're doing nothing, you go back home, and then that's when it dawned on me that I don't want to do this. Tech, that we started going through research on different things.
Yeah.
And by the way, during this time, Mo just finished his masters. So I had the benefit of seeing what Mo was doing, just ahead of me, right? All right, he's got his masters in mechanical engineering. Let's see now. Let's see what the salaries are like.
About that.
Yeah.
Let's see
Look
what
at the masters.
So I'm thinking, I'm in my third year,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing Mo he's he just finished his masters, I'm thinking like I was at the time I was thinking I'm gonna do masters as well.
Yeah.
Like before the shenanigans of him being on the market.
What does that mean?
Like, you know, he's searching for so many different, like, 1,000 applications. No, or something along those lines. Like,
Thing is, we had no like. Now we got to do outreach, all that stuff, bro. We're doing
We had
everything
none of
under
that.
the sun.
Yeah.
and on top of that, we had no internships we did at uni. We didn't do the year abroad. Like, all of this stuff was thrown to us. We didn't really care. But we started caring. That's when it happened. And because I was in security, I had the benefit of now whatever Mo does, if he's now getting certifications, I'm like, all right, I've got the time. Like, let me just pull up a doc, start making notes. Stefan Marek. That's when it all started.
Yeah,
It was
Stefan
security got
Stefan
me.
Marek, yeah.
Like, obviously, I
Shout
don't want to
out.
speak bad about security because if it wasn't for security, I wouldn't have gone through everything I did.
It covered your exams as well.
dude.
The exam money.
Yeah. Like, I was able to like pay for the exam. I was literally studying for the exam so that I can sit the exam in the morning.
I think every job can be a vehicle to more wealth.
Oh, 100%.
Like it doesn't matter where you're
That's a
at, whether
profound
it's
statement.
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah, whether you're if you got an SIA badge, that could be your vehicle to investing in yourself, doing a course, doing certain
100%.
certifications. Then from there, you know, your next role, that's a vehicle, right? You start off maybe in a consultancy. They're happy to pay for your certifications anyways. They're gonna give you that exposure. You're gonna develop. That's a vehicle.
Domino effect.
Yeah, like every role should be, and I think we've always naturally seen it like that. Like the next job needs to be more pay, better, you know. A lot of people don't see their careers like that. Like a lot of people may have worked in 8 different companies in their career. Or
But
10.
where does that come from, though? What do you think it is?
For me, I think I have a gamified view to life.
Fairs.
Like I'm trying to max XP, bro. Like I've on this best job, best but
We'll call it on this podcast life maxing.
life
That's
maxing.
That's what I like to hear.
Not LARPing.
Context, guys. Context.
LARPing. Bussy, would you care to explain LARPing?
I'm a
Because
unk.
it's more your generation.
So laughing again. To be honest, I love the word. To be honest, I use it pretty much all the time. So LARPing is the act of faking something, if that makes sense. Faking something that you don't have, for example, or like let's say for example, I can tell right there, Murad Allahumma barik, you're wearing a lovely, very lovely watch on at the moment. Now let's say for
I said
example.
I'm laughing.
No. Let's say, for example, I was to now wear that watch. Oh, it doesn't really. Let's say a year ago, I told you to like I was gonna wear that watch, and I put it on my story. That is me LARPing the watch.
Okay.
See, it's repping something that you don't actually have the capacities or the means to
Got
own.
you. I see.
But that can also be seen as a good thing.
And it
Fa-
stands
fake
for
till you
it
make
stands for live action role play.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that?
I know that live action roleplay. That is
Fair,
But yeah, that's what it is. Like as a nutshell, you know.
Being
I-
performative.
No, but that's given a bad name now. But that's literally fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, you can translate it that way.
Yeah, that would have been an old.
CLA is
No, but
is-
that was for the
C-
performance.
Yeah.
CLA is serious LARPing, bro. I
100%.
don't care, man. CLA is serious LARPing.
100%. That's what I'm saying. Like I say now, again, I'm gonna wait. Inshallah, when I hopefully get it, I'm gonna start posting content about it. But I remember even when I was looking at the car I wanted to get now, I was thinking it can't be a LARPer car because it wouldn't make sense. Now, look, my personality. If you see me now chilling in a Merc, that doesn't fit me. If that makes sense,
image.
even for me, it doesn't fit my image. It doesn't make sense for me. So I said, what makes sense for someone that's in tech? Again, someone that who's like even like the small
You're
little
thinking too
thing.
much about other people,
No,
bro.
but it's not even that. But for me, again, I've driven the Mercs, I've driven the Audi, I've driven the all of the nice cars. And for me, I just didn't get the feel that I wanted, if that makes sense.
You've done the LARPing.
Now I've done it already. Now I'm like, all right, cool. Let me get something that now fits in exactly what I
Did
need.
LARPing.
You see,
If you can't afford it twice. If you can't afford it twice, don't buy it.
100%. So now, when the new one comes, it will make sense in that regard. Do you get it? Electric, cost efficient, and that type of look. I'm thinking that nice little corporate look.
And
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
like the whole idea around the topic of like this podcast,
Yeah.
where a lot of people they go through uni because that's what the system leads them to. But then when they get to that stage, they go through this whole phase of of shifts, like shifts, uni, and that whole life, the whole cycle of them working makes them forget about the whole idea of uni, and the fact that it's not really like it doesn't really get them a job
Yeah,
on
100%.
its own, rather. But I want to hear your take, like, and the question, the big question, is a degree worth it?
So, you know, I like to think personally, especially from the way I did my degree. Now, I did software engineering at a university. If I told you UE Bristol, you wouldn't have heard of it. Like, it's the honest truth when it comes to software engineering and computer science, stuff like that. Now, especially the way I did uni, if I showed you my second year attendance record, it was 2 out of 153 lectures. I have a photo. I'll send it to you guys so you guys can see it as well. I didn't go to uni. Like, again, for in terms of attendance, apparently all of these things didn't really matter. So now I only see the vehicle of me working, something short term, instant gratification, that money that I can get for right now. The importance of uni was never brought to me. And at the end of it, that's why I said, as that second year summer, I noticed, I said, I can now see if I don't land something within this next year, I have now wasted 3 years of my life. Now, I've seen people who are in my course who are using their degree alone and the project they did at uni alone to apply for jobs. Again, using that easy apply or using that just regular go on Indeed, go on that grad or put my CV in and inshallah, like, which is where let's hope something happens.
Spray and pray.
And
Bismillah.
and literally, and you could see that again, nobody was landing these roles. And you can even see a year later, they are still in the same position as they were before uni. You see, so like the degree itself, is it worth it? I'm gonna say no. I don't think it was. I think if I had a degree or if I didn't have a degree, it wouldn't have changed the way I landed my first job. You see, and in my second role, did they ask me for my degree at once? No. If you can see, even on my CV, it's at the bottom. I think CubeStraut is above my education.
That's crazy.
You see, so
Respect.
Well, what's CubeStraut for those? that
okay,
don't know
so
what that is?
when we were doing when I was going through again all the modules and again completing the modules, I was still in uni, so I was thinking, right, I still have a lot of time. I don't really know what to do with like the time that I have. Again, I can apply for jobs, but I can't accept offers. I'm in final year. I'm just gonna finish uni. I remember Murad, you guys asking me, are you gonna? I said no. I said I'm just gonna finish it, right? So I was like, how can I XP max? You know, how can I gain more XP? And it was me and Qais at the time. You were saying, let's do the Kubernetes certifications. Now, with Kubernetes, there are 5 certifications in order for you to land a CubeStraut, right? And at the time, you guys did the 3 in 30 days, right? So we were like, all right, cool, we've got record to beat.
I was holding that title. It was 28 days, and back then the CubeStraut didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like it was the trifecta.
All right, buddy. All right. Yeah, all right. We know you could have done it. It's okay. You know when the man's record gets beaten?
They got to do all of that on the defender.
You know, he reminds me of Pele,
have to
bro.
defend the title,
He's
man.
gonna keep increasing his number of goals all the time.
Yeah.
He's gonna do what Pele did to Ronaldo,
I
bro.
have to defend the title, man.
So I remember at the time, we were like, cool, we've got record to beat. And I remember Murad actually putting on a timer on us and saying, yo, if you don't finish it by this time, I ain't gonna chat to you no more. And I remember it's good.
Everyone's gonna think I'm mad.
Oh, no.
Back
It was
then, I
complete-
wasn't PR trained.
Yeah.
It was loose. Like it was just, yeah. You make it as a DevOps engineer or get out of here. That was the energy I was coming at.
100%.
So.
That it worked.
It
Got
100%.
everyone in the cohorts.
Yeah, I said,
Into
look,
jobs.
if you lot can't get it in a month, just don't even talk to me.
Yeah,
Tough
yeah,
love.
yeah,
Forget
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Just
Tough
forget
love.
about it.
So I remember at the time, me and Qais we were like, cool, we now have to graft to get these certifications. So we did, to be honest, I can't remember how long we did. All I remember is that we did it in 26 days. We didn't do it in 23. We didn't do it in 28. We did it in 26. We did 3 Kubernetes certifications in 26 days.
I remember your first one where you pranked me and pretended that you failed.
Oh, yeah.
So this was about day 12
yeah.
or something. You did the first exam. Him and Qais did it at the same time. They must have done a prank and said, oh, they failed it.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is, any good instructor, you know, technical leader in my position would have often been like, it's okay, just try again. I said, what? You failed. Like, honestly, I was just like, there was such disappointment. I'm like, but you guys, I told you all the resources you need to go through. Did you not do the killer.sh exams? Did you not do? I'm just sticking it on them about how they failed. And then they're like, oh no, we're joking, we passed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. And then afterwards, I felt a bit bad. I was like, right, you know, if you failed, if you failed, bro. It's not one of those ones where it's okay. I was like, you've had all the resources, a clear pathway. Like, how can you fail? Like, it was, yeah.
No,
I
100%.
think people at home are gonna be like, stay away from
But,
these
but,
guys.
but to be honest, that's what again. That's for you understood the way me and Qais operated, so you worked in that manner.
Yeah.
and for us it worked. Again, I'm now spending my at the time. I remember for our first project week, I took annual leave, so I had spent 13 hours every single day. I used to wake up 9 a.m., finish at 1 a.m. Again, I probably did the maths wrong on that, but yeah, I was spending probably 15, 16 hour days on projects alone. I remember when I first did it, so which allowed us to get it over and done
mad.
in five,
Which is
6
ma-
days.
But how? Like, a lot of people might be at home thinking, how did you lock in like that?
Oh,
What was it? Because I'll be honest, your background and credentials doesn't
By
say
the
you
way,
got that
like,
in your locker. No offense, bro.
Just
You're
putting it out
listen,
there.
let's keep it real. You went UE, you're doing software engineering there. Like, what made you go into that beast mode that people typically at Cambridge, Oxford would enter to like?
For context, you were at uni at the time.
Yeah, I was at uni,
I was at uni at the
and
same
I was
time.
doing remote and I was doing security. I think it was the reason why it was because I deeped. How can I face my parents knowing that I told them, because again my parents, Allahumma barik, they were like, don't go uni, what's the point of going, why do you get an apprenticeship, why don't you take a gap year, think about your life before you do something like this. And me, I remember getting my grades, I got BCC, right, and I did math, psychology, sociology, and I'm thinking, you know what, I can't lie to you, clearance got me. Like, I don't think if I take this gap year, I'm not getting back in, and I refuse to retake. So I was like, cool. So again, from a rush decision, I didn't have anyone to speak to properly about it. I jumped in. I did software engineering and I got in. I was happy at the time. Then I was deep in it. I'm going to have to go to my parents and say to them, cool, I spent 3 years of my life. Like, yeah, cool. You see me work and you're happy about that, but I now don't have a job at the end to show what this degree was for. In my mind, I couldn't face that. So I said, you know what? I'd rather my parents not see me. I go to university, I go to work, I come home, they don't see me. They ask me what I'm doing, and at the end of it, I can say to them, look, I can tell them what I was doing, and then at the end say, look, here's the offer. I remember every single that offer call. I remember when I got the offer, I went to go find my mum, had the phone on speaker, and I remember going back and forth, and I was like, this is the reason why I was working this hard. I wasn't working this hard for no reason. It's so you can see right there that
play.
you know what I mean. I'm grafting, and now my mom understands. Like, especially now what I do with the career spot and everything, is like I go and I try my hardest, put as much work on the table, so then I can, like, you know, hit these salaries and hit these things. So then Hoy ain't got to worry no more. 100%. If that makes sense, like,
100%,
like so it's just a thing where she can be like, all right, cool. At least I don't have to worry about Mustafa because I understand Mustafa does put in the hard work and he does do what he needs to do. I never said she's
I'm about to cry, bro.
she has a lot of faith in me, you know what I mean? And I appreciate her for everything that she's done in terms of the support that she gave me as well.
Yeah.
So,
Automatic.
like, yeah.
And it's for you. Like,
Yeah.
I did
they want the best for you. It's not even like
Yeah, no,
they want it
definitely.
all. Do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get it?
yeah, yeah.
100%.
So I remember that's the reason why I work so hard. And for example, for the people who are kind of 18, who are deciding, all right, cool, I know what I want to do, but it's like, how can I go to my mum and dad and tell them I don't want to go to uni and I want to focus on upskilling? My whole thing is you can't go to them unless you've then done the work yourself and brought the proof to them. You see, most parents, they're just scared of you not having a plan. They're scared of you not acting on that plan. Because again, throughout your life as a kid, you've been always kind of conditioned to tell your parents your dreams and you don't really do them. Or you tell your mom, all right, cool, I want to wake up at 6 a.m. Let's say, for example, I want to lose weight. I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. I'm going to go runs every day. Your mom sees you wake up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. You're about to start binging food. And it's like, she has that like, all right, cool, well, I know he's not really going to do it. So you have to come to them always with results. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like, you can't come to them, or you've got to come to them with the plan already in action. You've already been working on it without even having their approval. So then when you go to them and say, you know what, I want to take this gap year, I want to be able to land a job in DevOps. Here's what I've been doing. Here's my, you can show them my LinkedIn. I've actually been posting. These are the recruits that have reached out to me. These are the interviews that I have. For them, they're going to be like, all right, cool. It's a no-brainer. It sounds like you know what you're doing. And your parents will have the faith in you in that sense. And that's what I do to most people, especially people who are grads as well, who have now come out and they're like, all right, cool. I don't really like, well, like my mom's telling me to do a master's because like haven't done, you know, I still haven't been able to land that role.
Oh,
No.
I hate that one.
Do you get it? It's just like, no, let's first of all understand yourself. Again, you've got to be able to put in the work. Because again, it's true. This is for you. It's not for you. Your parents don't need it. It's for you. So you can succeed. So you've got to show them that you want to succeed by doing that first.
Bro, this is deep, man. This is a deep one because I obviously get so many DMs regularly, and even I just hop on calls with some people.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm 18, I'm 17. My parents really want me to go to university. They're not hearing anything else. I'm gonna go to university. I have an offer at South Bank, and I'm gonna go and study engineering or whatever it might be. And I'm like, bro, you know you're gonna end up unemployed.
Yeah.
Like, respectfully, like, I'm not. I have my job. I have my career. like this is me coming from a lens where I don't need to lie to you.
Yeah.
Like, you will be unemployed. That's what. And you could argue, oh, but what if I go to Spring Weeks, and what if I go to every networking event? Cool, maybe the anomaly somewhere will land a role, right? But let's take it as a status quo. You know, you're most likely gonna be unemployed and not landing those roles in the top fields that you want to, where you're doing that aerospace engineer degree there,
Yeah.
right? Let's be realistic. And you're competing with all these other grads. And then they're like, oh yeah, but I'm doing it for my mom. And I'm like, but you're not really though. You're like, your mom wants you to be successful, right? All she knows is this.
Yes.
All she
100%.
knows is you getting a degree to achieve success.
Yeah.
Especially coming from immigrant households, like your parents have migrated, and you're now telling them that everything they now know about you being successful is wrong. Like, you getting this degree isn't gonna, or even back when we were doing this, apprenticeships were looked down on. Apprenticeships were like, oh, you failed.
you
Yeah,
failed,
apprenticeships were like,
Honestly.
what it's BTEC, like that you have to do BTEC to do like, it's not for people with good A levels. You can't do. Apprenticeships were so looked down upon. And I had a friend that was ahead of everyone, like, mentally.
Yeah.
And he did an apprenticeship even though he was super smart. And he went on to, like, be a manager, and people are graduating and, like, working underneath him. That went to the same, when we're in the same age as him. So it's crazy when you see that. But I was gonna say, I don't truly believe that those people, like, they will listen sometimes to their mom, but I don't truly think they believe that what they're doing is best. Because they know 3 years later, you're gonna now graduate, you're not gonna have a role, your mom's gonna be like, what's wrong with you? You're gonna try explain the market to her, and she's gonna be like, but do you have a degree? Apply. Oh, you're not applying properly.
Yeah.
They don't know what to say.
No, that's true.
And
Another layer is also the whole school system, because obviously, for those who don't know, I went Brampton for my sixth form, and I went Brampton when it was just getting its prestige. It's like everyone's starting to know about Brampton. They're creating content about it. It's coming up on the news, and one thing I remember very clearly is the head teacher. He would do this talk about, like, going to uni and the whole, like, seriousness around it, and then everyone is just there, like, it seems like the room is just hyper focused on what uni they're gonna go to and getting Oxford and Cambridge, and I'm thinking, like, in that, like, now that I'm looking back, like, I was one of them. Don't get me wrong. Like, I applied to Cambridge. I got an offer from Cambridge, but looking back, it's like you're institutionalized to just focus on that one route, which is go to uni. You will get a job.
Yeah.
But the benefit, and what I've seen from, like, socials in general, obviously you have all the brain rot stuff, but you see, like, that narrative is being shifted, like, slightly, even though it's ever so slight. It's still, like, something is being pushed out that, like, slowly it was putting apprenticeships out there. So now more people are trying to apply to degree apprenticeships, and the narrative is shifting even more. So do I even need to go uni? Right? And the narrative is shifting a little bit more. Okay, maybe I just need to go uni for the big stuff, like medicine, engineering, lawyer, and so on. So it's like, it's good to have like, people creating stuff about that, content about this, because what I've noticed is if everyone is systemized to think like this, you need someone to, like, wake them up a little bit.
Definitely.
Right? And the fact that people are actually reaching out is such a good thing. Like, it's like the one out of thousands that will do that.
Not only did Muzzy land a role with a computer science degree, but Zayn also landed a role from Kodako with a computer science degree. And not to mention Samad, who landed a role at Amazon before even graduating, which is insane. So rather than banking on that university that isn't going to teach you how to land a role, comment CS and we'll show you that alternative pathway with our roadmap to land your first DevOps role. I already know where people are at when they need to reach out. Unfortunately, I already know. I already know you're not going to Oxford, bro. Do you get it? I already know if you're in my DMs, it's not like you've got an offer from Oxford
looking good.
And you've got options. Because those people generally have done their research and things like that. And I think prestige has shifted. I think before, if you went to a Russell Group uni, you'd be all right, or be really good, really prestigious. Even like middle ranked unis, you can make things work. Now the prestige has shifted. Like if you want a good job role, and I was actually speaking to a friend of mine because there was certain popular graduate schemes like audit graduate schemes and tax and all of these things, Big Four companies, Deloitte, these sort of things. You'll see like people from LSE and Oxbridge in there now for a basic audit graduate scheme at Deloitte. I'm telling you, you'll see them competing for these sort of roles that before it's like, I'm only going into like management consulting, front office banking, trading, portfolio management, like that sort of roles. If not, I'm not bothering. I'm only going into these, like where they had those choices, and now the prestige has got to a point where you need to be at the top of the top. Like in 2026, I would not go to university unless it's LSE, Oxford, Cambridge, or Imperial. Any other of those unis, I would not bother. And even those unis, I'd have to think about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and the benefits. Because now, you could actually get anywhere other than... In majority of careers, obviously, like medicine and things like that are reserved to degrees. But the prestige that gets you is such a subsect of roles. You have what? Portfolio managers, quant analysts, and what else? Like, there's only a few roles, right?
Yeah.
And now you're competing in this pool of like the most prestigious competitive environments. Like, why go to this uni to end up in a graduate scheme with some other person in PwC, Deloitte, and they're like, yeah, you know, I went Brunel, you went Oxford. Nice, bro. We're on the same salary, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares, bro? We're on the same
It
salary.
reminds me of something crazy, yeah. Mo, at one point, considered doing a PhD for mechanical engineering.
Permanent head damage. That's what it stands for. You know?
You know, at some point I want to do it. At some point, computer science though.
Oh,
PhD in computer science. But
Talk about that. What was that all about?
how did I get there? After uni, I did a master's, as you all know, and that was a fail. It got me nowhere. I thought I would do a master's, spend another 9K, but it got me nowhere. Then I was like, okay, let's do a PhD in the next level, right? I had offers at PhD, and I was actually contemplating it. So I spoke to my parents and everything, because they were the only people I can speak to, right? I was so close. I had an offer. What stopped me? I can't remember what stopped me. What was the reason?
I think I spoke you out of it at one point.
Be honest.
I spoke you out of it because how long is a PhD? And I
Minimum-
remember that was the
3 years, minimum
like
3
the
years.
discussion point I used.
But it was a paid PhD. As
I remember
well.
you nearly sacked off tech.
Huh? For a period of time, yes. I'll get to
We'll
it. in a
get
second.
there.
I'll get to it.
It's all coming out now.
It's all coming out.
It's all coming out
But
now.
I remember
But yeah.
the thing I used to get you out of it is you're gonna be in that for what, 3-4 years.
3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Because I remember one of your friends as well. I don't want to mention the name.
I remember the pay now. That's why it was 21K you get paid for while doing the PhD.
Mabruk.
And apparently, then exactly, then it was a lot. 21K, 25. Everyone's like,
And you're like,
after
just
uni,
to learn.
it was a lot. I was like, you know what? Should I do it? But then,
What about now? What makes you want to do a PhD now?
no, because the only thing I say is because like I've seen some of the big like CTOs at Amazon and all these big guys at massive places, they have a PhD, and it's not necessarily because of like the PhD title, but they actually do research that impacts like AI stuff. People are doing the AI stuff. I'm not lie to you, they have PhDs. That's the only reason why I'd consider it. The advanced computer science, the advanced AI stuff.
it has a
You're probably
different
against it.
No. I said that not all of them have PhDs.
But I say
yeah.
because personally I have a passion for like I enjoy this
Fair.
like tech stuff in it. That's the reason why.
No, but you know
But I'm glad-
the quants you work with, they're serious coders.
Yeah.
They're good at maths,
Yeah.
right? Like they have good.
For them, it's worth it.
Yeah, some of them
backgrounds.
do have PhDs. It tends to be a thing where, of course, you'll get to a point where you have X amount of years of experience that no one cares about your PhD or you've done really well. But there is a element of prestige, but that comes with particular industries where it's prestige driven. So hedge funds are prestige driven.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of the
But
time.
is it just prestige, or do you have to actually be?
I think it's
smart
more
for
of
the
a
job?
prestige thing as well. Like, it's hard. It's hard to kind of say. Like, different companies have different cultures. It's kind of like fan companies, right? I'd say Amazon is one of the first ones that actually started being quite lenient around degrees, right? Not having people that have to come from a prestigious background, like with their whole system, engineer and things like that. But other fan roles and certain fan companies are still a lot more strict with even entry level roles with their prestige. So I think it's more of a cultural thing. I think it does have that impact where it's like, oh yeah, I want someone with a PhD. You know, I want the best of the best.
Basically,
It's
yeah.
that sort of thing, right? I want someone with a PhD. I want this quant. I saw one role that was recently advertised for a quant role that was almost a 7-figure salary, basically £1 million. That sort of 7-figure comp
that?
in the UAE. And they were kind of looking for like a PhD
tax.
person, but
For that reason, I might have to. I'll see you guys.
All right, stop the podcast.
yeah.
But specifically the computer science degree, like, is there anything that that you would say you kept or that was beneficial?
Did you use ChatGPT during your degree?
Ooh,
Oh,
so
great question.
I like this. So GPT came out.
Because I
my
wanna,
first-
it's gonna lead on to what you're saying, so I wanna catch him out.
So GPT came out my first year.
Oh,
GPT came out first year.
Great time.
Now, I remember hearing about it, and like I remember one of my friends was in the studio at the moment. He definitely remembers the story where we were doing a module, and what happened is that we got everybody. It was the foundations of computing. So with that module, it was like a bit of A-level maths, like truth tables, like kind of computer science A-level. But a lot of men who came into computer science did not do computer science A-levels, and some of them didn't even do maths A-level. So for them, logs, they're looking at that. Logarithms are going, yeah, I have no clue what that is. Truth tables, no clue what that is. And bearing in mind, we are going to these lectures, but because we're with the guys, nobody's listening. So it's like, cool, now we have GPT, and we're thinking, perfect. So what we've done is so we'd have 10 men in the room, right? One person would do their thingy on the board. One person would have their what's it called? Their test on the board, and have GPT on another tab. And because it's an online test, you could do the test, and after it'll give you the results straight away. So we tested GPT out. We said, let's try this out, and we tried it out, and we got 100%. And then we're thinking, wait, if this is happening, we're getting 100%. Why aren't we doing this for the rest of our modules? So then after that, we were looking and we were using GPT. But again, like we were using it also to learn. Again, at most of the time, again, obviously.
Yeah.
Wait, disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. This
This was
is
only
AI.
used
This is
for-
AI.
This was only used for learning purposes.
Yeah.
It wasn't used for your actual assignments.
No, 100%. No,
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Sure.
100%. So
I'm trying to get past the first episode of our podcast without getting cancelled. Just one
No.
without employers messaging us
now.
saying, "Oh, your degree's revoked."
Yeah.
Next, and then we're pissed.
I don't think I'm gonna have that
no.
problem.
Now-
They didn't even ask me about my degree, so
Again, that online test, and also guys, that online test was a practice test. We just want to make sure that it worked. So from there, also then, for the rest of our modules, we were using it a lot for learning purposes, right? As we can say. From there, once first year hit, second year hit, and then third year, the only thing I did not use my degree, what I didn't use AI for, was for DevOps. Because you guys forbid me. You guys said, all right, cool. You've got to make sure that you go through documentation. After documentation, blogs. After blogs, it's a SARS. And then after blogs, go and ask one of us. And then if at the final bit you can't reach you, then fine, you can use GPT. So then now that's why for us it's so important from an architectural perspective that now, again, I can now look at someone's PR.
Yeah.
And I can tell if you've slapped this into GPT and you don't know what you're talking about,
it,
or you have the architectural knowledge and you used it correctly,
Yes.
right? For it to actually accelerate your job, right? So again, for us, we had AI.
have you heard of vanity knowledge? Vanity knowledge. basically, you know, there's a reason why we don't want people using AI.
Yeah.
Like just for the sake of it for learning, because you know when you use it for uni,
Yeah.
you're getting a qualification. So that is vanity knowledge. Like it doesn't take you anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for something that you're using as proof, like which is something that's gonna get you hired, which means you need to know what you've done and you have to be able to talk about it, then it's vanity knowledge. Like you have to be able to do it without AI.
Yeah.
And if you can do it without AI, then like you're good, able to talk about it. You're because it's proof. And one thing what we like, and you know this, one thing we always mention is the whole idea behind certifications and qualifications in general, because what companies they stopped caring. They stopped caring about that long time ago. Which kind of leads me on to like I was gonna ask about what eventually got you a role. Like, would you attribute anything about your current role to uni?
To uni? Nah. Again, do you know what it is like I say, you know, the people who were in my software engineering degree, the people that landed roles, and it sounds crazy, they use their soft skills to get other people to do their work. Now that sounds really crazy. You got probably thinking, like, what do you mean? So they didn't have the knowledge. What I think for me anyway, university helped me was with my soft skills, being able to speak and being able to work with people who aren't as maybe well spoken as me, being able to like, you know, communicate like with clients, so on and so forth with me. Right now, that skill you can learn outside of university. You do not need university for that. And the people that like who have succeeded and have gone on to like land a role or something in university that I know were the people that were doing that. Who I talk to them, yo, bro, like, have you done this? Now I've spoken to my man. He's gonna help me with this, and he's gonna help me with this, and he's gonna help me with this. And from there, I'll be able to understand everything and do it together, right? And then you hear that and you're like, cool. So the most important things that, again, which you can learn outside of uni, you don't need university for, it's just the soft skills, being able to, again, communicate with stakeholders, being able to explain non-technical concepts to non-technical people, things that you'll be doing actually at work.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Are you able to collaborate? Are you able to resolve conflicts? Again, these things they ask you in interviews. And if you know how to do that outside of university, and you are able to learn that outside of university, then why go? You don't need to go just for that. And if you're thinking, I'm going to spend 27 grand just for that, come on.
100%.
You know, uni, one thing I realized, we always say uni is bad or uni is this, a waste of time. But really and truly, I think someone helped me see this is that if you went uni, you know, you went for exams, you have to problem solve. That's one thing you can take away, problem solving. Number one, right? You can, because you have to figure out equations, this, that, and that's a skill that you can take away. Let's be honest, right? Same thing. Number two is that you saw something through for 3 years.
Yeah.
That means if you saw for 3 years, you can do the same thing again in life, wherever it is, work, right? You can see this through. So that means you took that away. Again, if work gets really hard, you had obviously different skills now. Now you're in the real world, but you saw through it.
Yeah.
For example, work is really tough. You got bad managers that you can see it through 2-3 years. And leave if you have to. So really and truly, there is benefit in that sense. Not that I would say it's worth going uni for that, but the fact that we've done it, you've done uni, so there's benefit in that. We overlook sometimes.
The big question mark is the 30 grand.
Yeah.
That 30 grand, like, you're not really getting the benefit of uni, which is the knowledge that they teach you.
Yeah.
It doesn't
And
say
that
30
knowledge,
as well.
huh?
It doesn't say 30. It goes after more than
Yeah,
that.
it's just like if you do masters, if you're getting additional loans, and with that whole concept, obviously, like it used to mean that now you have like that sheet of paper that actually meant something, right? But now that sheet of paper doesn't mean anything,
100%.
and we've seen it happen 100 times over, to the point where at one point even certifications was like was a big thing at one point.
big
And when we started, certification was massive. Where if you made a LinkedIn post about certification, you'll get recruiters reaching out to you, giving you like interviews. But now, it's like they've realized it's vanity knowledge. So it's like just paper. It doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you the end goal. The end goal is you landing a role. Like if the thing you're doing isn't getting you that end goal, you have to shift your priorities. You have to think about what you're doing wrong. If that uni degree, and obviously, this is one thing I commend you for, by the way, is the whole exhibit thing, like doing your research. And this actually came about with like the whole exhibit thing. It came out with one of our friends. And and it was at a time
Give him
where
a shout out. Give him a shout out.
and
Hudayfa.
his name is Hudayfa. Hudayfa Jama. You guys can find him on YouTube as well. But essentially, what he did, like, there was a time where me and Mo were active on LinkedIn, right? We were posting on LinkedIn. We would post our certifications and all these things. And there was another group of people who did the same thing. So he now has this research mindset of what's going on. Like these people are posting, they have the same surname, and then like the similar people are posting. They're Somali as well, and it's like everything just connecting together. And then he started putting like Exhibit A. Exhibit A is this person. Exhibit B, Mo. Exhibit C, they're all working at the same company. Something's going on. Something's going on. And at that time, he was working. So he actually, like, he's one of those people who's really smart to the point where he got a chemical engineering role.
Okay.
After he graduated from University of Manchester as a chemical engineer. But then it's like he's seeing all of this. Naturally, like you're gonna inquire.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
You're inquisitive about what's happening, what's going on. That's when the whole tech came into the question, and you do the exact same thing. Like you, like looking at everyone posting in Code Code, that whole research, which a lot of people don't have. Like they don't question their reality. They don't question the whole university mindset. Should I go to uni? And of course, they grow up thinking university is the only way. The system is teaching them university is the only way. It takes an external person to come in and now talk to them, right? Because everyone who's talking to them is pushing them in one direction. So you need that external person to come in.
Do you know what it is though? One thing that I've noticed anyway is that the reason, and I think it's probably one big reason why everybody goes, right, is that again, I like to say also one thing that again me like being active within DevOps community allowed me to find a group of like-minded people who are on the same journey that I was on. Now it's so easy when you're going through like again because most people have the same story. They go to university because they've been told to go to university.
Yeah, exactly.
They see it again as a little bit more of character development. I get to go for another 3 more years. I don't have to worry about my life again. Because again,
That's dangerous though.
I know it's really so for most man they have that and they're like, all right, cool. I got 3 years to think about what I want to do. Think about even though they pick the degree, and then from there at the end of those 3 years, that's when reality hits, and then that's why we get a lot of the calls and they get a lot of that stuff because reality has now hit them. So in that, especially me being able to find that group of like-minded people allowed me to get out of that mindset of like chilling, basically like, oh, I've got time. Once I saw when I'm seeing people grafting, putting in time, putting in work, knowing more than I knew, because I got to remember once I joined that boot camp, I knew the least, right? I had to catch up. So I spent a week fully catching up. Saad told me, you've got to catch up. You've got a week to do it. There's project week after that. So you've got to be serious after that. So I remember thinking, and I remember at the time putting in as much hard work as I could just to catch up because people knew more than me.
100%.
And then from there, then after on that project week, guys, obviously the main project that everybody kind of hears about when it comes to Code Co, me being even selected as a captain, again, you guys knew my ability more than I did. Again, this so for me, I remember thinking,
You know who's
I'm
captains?
not,
You know who made the captains?
what I did it.
I made the captain.
You made the captain. So okay, actually they're cool. So what made you pick me?
So who's in your team? I'm in your team.
So
I'm in your
me,
team.
I had. Did they mind me saying the names on here?
Go for it.
So I had me, I had Endrit, I had Amin,
Yeah.
I had Amir B,
Yeah.
and I had. Did I have Muhammad Islam? I may
Okay.
have
I
been-
remember now.
Okay.
We picked captains based on someone who was number one ahead, like out of everyone,
Yeah.
and someone who could actually lead, like carry the team. So we chose everyone for a reason.
Yeah.
And then,
Energy,
yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I
Yeah. And it worked out. It worked out.
Alhamdulillah. Because again, from there, me getting picked again, it's that kind of feeling of imposter syndrome, right? A lot of people who are computer science grads, because they've used AI a lot and they feel like they haven't actually learned the modules needed, they will go into final year or they'll go into the end of this thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so confused. So then they will go, is this even for me?
100%.
Right? Because they've just used AI the whole time. And again, it's so addicting, right? When you understand that I can now chill, I can now do what I want, I can work, I can make money, I can go on holidays, knowing after that, on the last 24 hours, the last 48 hours, I can give GBT put in my assignment, give it a nice prompt, and then there you go. right? Which is something that, again, most of the time you try and frown away from doing. Like, if you're trying to learn, you'd frown away from doing. So I remember my final year, again.
You know what? I want to tap into that a little bit more because like there's a ton of people, and we get so many DMs, like of people in computer science. They're in their second or final year, and specifically those in their final year, who are now like they're very close to the market, and they're now questioning. Like they're seeing that they're starting to see the state of the market, and how brutal it is, and like the previous year talking about how brutal the market was, and now it's getting to them to the point where now they're asking us these questions, and obviously you were in that position, right? And this is like a perfect question for you, and like a perfect thing for you to talk about. What was going through your head at the time for you to think like this isn't enough? Like I'm trying to like break into the space, but I don't think I have the knowledge it takes to break into the space. What would you say to those people? Because we have a lot of people asking those questions. They need answers.
So the main thing, what used to go through my mind as like, oh, I don't know any knowledge. I look at JDs, and again, is that vanity knowledge? You you can understand the tools, right? And you can understand the concepts to an extent, but you have no idea how to apply them. Right, because again, what's doing the application for us is GPT. It's doing that implementation. The actual like the rest of it, like you understand stuff to like again like to a surface level, right? So the thing that made me wake up is that one day I looked at an assignment and I said, let's put everything aside. Let me try and do this. And I looked through it
without GPT.
Yeah, I just said let me look at this. I looked at it, and I said, nah. And then it sounds like crazy, innit? But like, I just went, this is really bad. Cool. I know the tools needed, right? So let me try and learn the tools. You go on YouTube, you go look at a 24-hour tutorial, and you try and listen to that, try and follow the course, and you're thinking, but how does this? Okay, cool. I understand this tool now. I understand a bit of the concepts. How does that link back to my assignment? How do you want me to do this? Okay, cool. There's APIs involved. All right, cool. There are so many different, like, there are different types of APIs. There's, you know what I mean? There's stuff for different things. Do you know what I mean? You're thinking, all right, okay, so, okay, cool. I've just done a base level thing about APIs, a surface level understanding. How do I now apply that? I'm so confused. Again, it's that implementation aspect. I'm like, I don't know. So then that's when it woke me up, and I said, cool. Now I have I understand everything from a surface level. If somebody non-technical wanted to understand what SQL is, I could answer that question for them. But it's like, I have no clue how to apply this at all. So then that's when I said to myself, cool, I now need to find a niche that I can go into. Because again, it goes back down to what I'm seeing on LinkedIn, what I'm seeing on TikTok. You see a lot of people in cybersecurity, you see people remote, you see people in DevOps, you see people either in the FANG companies, and you're thinking, all right, cool, what does it take me to get into that position there? So then you understand, I've got a niche down. So that's when I niche down into DevOps. And then from when I obviously started doing DevOps myself, I tried my hardest not to use GPT. I was like, let me try and get rid of this AI narrative. I'm going to try not to use it because I need to have some sort of architectural understanding. I need to be able to explain, let's say, for example, there's a project, I've created an architecture diagram. I need to be able to point at something anywhere on the architecture diagram, and I need to be able to explain it. And I need to explain the reason why. What's the trade-offs? What's the reason why I did this? And you know what I mean? Be able to explain stuff like future-proofing, scalability. These things are so important. But at the time, again, from what we've done before previously, them last 2 years, I wasn't able to do that at all. So that's what woke me up. And I said, you know what? I need to like niche down. I need to lock in. And actually,
did you know the end result of what that would get?
No clue. So look, again, for me, this is like, for everything, this is like just a thought. And that thought, I pounce on the thought, and let's see where that takes me. Okay. Now, alhamdulillah, this was one of the thoughts that took me, alhamdulillah, to the position that I'm in now. Alhamdulillah. Right? But again, it's one of those things where I was just able to kind of see my surroundings, see, again, the year above me. Okay, the year above me, what are they doing right now? All right, cool. They're not in a role. All right, cool. So is that how I'm going to be then for the next year? When I get there? I don't want that to be the case. Again, I've done 3 years of uni. I've got to now explain it to my mum. I can't do that. So I've now got to, again, that's when I said, I need to fully lock in and figure something out. That's when, alhamdulillah, DevOps came about. And then from there, speaking to you guys, again, one thing which is so important is mentorship. Like, I don't think we understand how deep it is. If you yourself are in a position and you don't know what to do, wouldn't it be the best to ask somebody who's actually been in your position before? Yes. And it's like, for most man, it's that ego aspect of like, and especially something that we have in the UK, which is like, I'll do it myself. Like, I'll make it myself. And that in of itself is so toxic. Because you making it by yourself and you having everybody quote unquote against you, the world against you, is again, it's not gonna help you progress or proceed. Let's say, for example, somebody's younger than you in that position. You're not gonna help them saying, "I didn't have any help." It just doesn't sound logical.
100%.
It just doesn't sound logical, right? So for me, I said, look, I need to look at people who are in my position, or even again, I don't need 3 steps up. I need 1 step up because again, that 1 step up because they are closer to where I need to be.
3 step up, you'll get scammed.
Yeah.
You'll get a senior DevOps engineer that looks at your CV. He's never heard of
Yeah.
ATS before. You'll get scammed, bro. I'm telling you.
Exactly. So,
Like you want to be as relatable as possible, and I think a really important part of having a mentor is being able to replicate what they're telling you. And I'll be honest, that's not the case if you did a computer science degree at Cambridge and you now work in Google. Sorry, bro. It doesn't mean you can mentor me from a non-tech background. You don't qualify to mentor. Like a lot of people think their accolades, and someone actually asked me this on my TikTok live, and I was actually took a second to think about it. He said, I also have a job in the UAE. What qualifies you to do what you do? What gives you the accolades to do what you do? And I'm like, if it was based on my job and just my technical knowledge, right? That means everyone out here qualifies to teach something. But that's not the case. It's a completely different
relatability.
thing. My journey is unique. I came from a non-technical background. I transitioned careers. That relatability and being able to reverse engineer what I've achieved is what makes me a good mentor. If I went to Cambridge and did computer science and I started working in Google and then I'm like, yeah, everyone should join my mentorship. No, because your mentorship is only relevant to the top 0.1% that could replicate your pathway. If not, you can't relate to the pain point of having a CV with no technical experience, no degree, and you need to get your foot through the door. You don't know that pain. So yeah, that's the right level in order to get the mentorship right. That's what I recommend.
Definitely. And I think something that, again, with me, and also I think for us, especially who are, again, we come from them, we are first generation. We come to this, like, you know what I mean? Our parents came to this country. You need to, like, have somebody, again, even whether it be these small factors or, again, or a wide range of factors that just do relate to you, you have that sense of relatability is so important. Again, that's the reason why, like, even when I started posting on TikTok, they're seeing a guy who just graduated, who used to work security, who used to work Krispy Kreme, used to work Royal Mail. Again, most people have had some sort of stints in these type of jobs. And then when they see something that's made it out, for them, it's like, all right, cool. I can see myself myself in you, if that makes sense. That's just where I want to be. And that's the most important thing. So for me, when I was looking for that mentorship, it was, again, I'm seeing two Somali brothers. Again, I'm Somali as well. It's like, all right, cool. Well, I don't see that. I'm not used to seeing that, you know? And especially where I'm from. That's probably one of the main reasons why I created the Career Spot, which is, again, my own, like, co-working spaces.
Guys, the Career Spot. If you don't know,
Should I get into it quickly?
go quick. Yeah, go for it.
So the Career Spot itself is a way that I am able to give back to the people of Bristol by helping them get into jobs, careers, whatever they want to get into. I'll be able to sit them down and give them the kind of the soft skills aspect, the most important things that they need from a soft skills, for, again, CV, professional brand, LinkedIn, all of these things, in order for them to stand out in interviews and to be able to land the job that they want to get into. Now, when I was younger, when I was going through all of this, we didn't have, I guess that's why I related so much to you three, because I was like, I don't know anybody who's, again, Muslim, who's East African, who's part of, who's even in like an engineering role, who's in it, like, and who's thriving and succeeding. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I can see myself in that position one day. This is where I want to be. So this is, like, for me, a no-brainer. These guys are talking about things or bucket list goals that I want to have. Inshallah, I want to get married one day. Inshallah, I want to be able to provide for my family. I want to be able to make hijrah. All of these main important things, and I'm seeing it done. And I'm like, cool. What now? What, like, number one, I need to drop my ego because I'm not in the position that they want to be. I need to go and reach out to them and
What do I
speak to
have
them.
to do?
Yeah. Let me figure out what I have to do. And then also on top of that, let me then work on it. And if there's any problems or if there's anything that's happening, let me go and talk to them about it. Because, you know, in that sense, I'm able to then get the realist pieces of advice that I need, if that makes sense. That's the most important thing. And for me also, I had it in my mind where I'm coming to you guys, I can't come with nothing. Do you get it? Like, I can't just say, all right, cool, I want to get into DevOps, help me, just do it. Because, like, I understand how precious your time is. I'm now coming and messaging you guys asking for help. How can I come
What's
to
your
you?
story?
Yeah,
What's your
yeah.
story?
Do you get it? How can I come to you and then just say, all right, get me to DevOps? All right, cool. Like I can do that research. I can do that again, and that's what I done. Due diligence. I went through your LinkedIn.
Can everyone pay attention to this? Whoever's thinking about DMing us, just pay attention to this.
Literally, all I'm saying is that I done my due diligence beforehand.
You know what's crazy?
I want
I got-
DevOps.
I
I
got-
guarantee you I'm
I
gonna
got
get
a
that.
message earlier today.
Yeah.
Someone saying, like, are you gonna get me into DevOps? Like that was their DM. Yeah. Are you gonna get me into DevOps?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
straight away,
yeah.
I'm thinking like, depends what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, what you gonna-
That's a level of entitlement, man.
No, because you know what it is? I tell you right. You know that in of itself is a level of procrastination. Me messaging you saying get me into DevOps allows me to think that I'm doing something. In my mind, I'm thinking, wallah, I'm being so productive at the moment. But realistically, I'm not being productive at all. Because
What's that word?
You got the worst dopamine kick
yeah,
ever, bro.
literally. And after that, fine. They haven't responded to me. Not because I think it's it was a perfect DM, bro. I just at the moment I've got 12 hours. Like, yo, these men aren't responding to me. I'm chilling until they respond to me. Do you get it? And I'm being serious. I've seen it before. A guy messaged me saying mentor me. That's it. What? Like again, people ask me, okay, cool. You're in tech. What do you do? Like, you know, all you have to do is look at my bio. It says DevOps engineer at the top,
Yeah.
you know. Like, I'll speak to them. I'll go through it. They'll just go like, and it looks like it's so easy to see that they haven't done the research, haven't done the due diligence. And if you want to get the best out of a mentorship and to like actually be able to progress, you've got to do that yourself because at the end of the day, they're helping you, and this is only for you. Truthfully, again, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you just send that message and then say, all right, cool, I didn't get my response. Let me just go back to what I was doing before. That nothing's gonna change. You'll stay in the same position. Do you know what I mean?
Get me job in Middle East.
Yeah.
Get me job in Dubai.
Well,
Get
that
me
one too
job,
many
sir.
times. Get me job.
I'm just thinking, bro. Yeah, come here, Habiba. Come to Dubai, Habiba. I'll give you a job. Like, what do people think is going on here? I've no idea.
All right, so I got some quick fire questions for you.
Before you get into that,
Go on.
I need to dig onto something Wizzy said because I've been thinking what really makes Coder Code different. What really has us in a position where so many students are landing roles successfully and people are smashing their interviews. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, we've created
It's a scam.
environment.
It's a scam.
We've created an environment where a lot of people think this must be a scam. But so many people are landing jobs back to back from them, straight from doing a mock interview to smashing it on the roll. And I pinned it down to one thing. And I think it comes down to learning that is driven by real engineers in the field. You can't compete with that with any self-learning approach.
Yeah.
Because you're going to learn a theoretical course. You're going to go in Udemy. You're going to learn about these AWS cloud services. You're going to learn about these things. Everything we share is experience on the field. Every session that someone joins, we are talking about our experience in the workplace of when we experience this deployment issue, when we experience this new tool and these sort of things. And people go to these interviews and it's bridge the gap on experience. It's bridge the gap when everyone wants an engineer that has the knowledge, hit the ground running. They're like, yeah, we've shared real experiences from principals and seniors and lead engineers for 6 months.
But some might argue that you can also get the same thing from a boot camp because the reality of a boot camp is very similar. Like I'll explain.
Name one boot camp out there. Name one boot camp out there
I'll explain
that
the
has
principle.
engineers that are in the
I'll
field.
explain the principle, like, and then you can say what you want to say. The principle of like a boot camp, like who are you getting taught by? 9 to 5. You're being taught by an engineer who's in the field, right? But the difference is, those engineers are contracted. They don't have a stake in you landing a role.
Oh.
And that's my take
There's no
on boot
skin in the
camps.
game.
There's no skin in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, okay,
They're just there to do their 9 to 5. And by the way, like we've gotten contracts for teaching in boot camps.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going Saudi soon to teach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
to teach a graduate cohort.
But guess what? You're contracted. As
Yeah.
soon as it hits 5,
Yeah.
you're like goodbye. you're
In
done.
3 months, if that graduate cohort isn't performing at work for 6 months, I'm not losing sleep about it. I'm just
Yeah.
coming in to deliver as a technical instructor, X material, make sure they've learned everything in that period of time, and that's it. Within
And
a
you're
few
paying
weeks.
what? You're
But
paying
there's no
close
skin
to-
in the game for
you're
them
close-
to
you're
land
close
a
to 10
job.
grand, right? The people who suffer is like the people who are learning.
Yeah.
Because like you're left at that point with all this knowledge, no structure. You don't know what to do with it. You're told to implement this capstone project and it's the same every single boot camp that they run. The project is the exact same. So you're basically
I hate
part
the word
of-
capstone.
I've heard it too many times.
Easy, man.
And you're part of their business model.
Yeah.
You're the reason that
You're
business
the
model-
method.
You're the method. You're the
That's
reason
how-
that model works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it get you a role? No, I've seen the percentages. The reason it doesn't is because they one, they don't have skin in the game.
Yeah.
Two, they don't know what it looks like to get your role to begin with. Like these guys,
They haven't done it.
They haven't done it.
Yeah.
They haven't used LinkedIn for landing roles.
Yeah.
They haven't written like they haven't sent out enough CVs to know what a good CV looks like.
Yeah.
Bro, they don't
And-
even know what it feels like to have a name that is less likely to get seen on a CV.
Yeah.
When you come from certain backgrounds, right? Certain ethnic backgrounds, certain Muslim names, these things are gonna impact you to some degree. There's studies in Oxford that have shown this versus, a white English name. So when I've really been through everything that you've been through, when Abs has really been through everything, when Mo's really been through everything, where they're like, we are teaching you what has worked for us
Yeah.
and so many other people. It's all you need to do, and it's what we currently do. We still implement it in our lives.
Yeah.
We still apply for jobs with a bloody Loom video getting sent
Yeah.
out. We still send our CV that has been altered to that specific JD. We still all do all of this. We're in the field.
Definitely. Even to be fair, one thing that does remind me of is that I still remember when I started my first role, and I remember just asking for them if I can just look at the Terraform infrastructure, and I remember looking at it myself, and I'm thinking, why are there no modules? And you go after them, you ask them like bad questions, and they're thinking, well, I mean, we could do that. And I said, why haven't we? Like, and and they're like, what's going on? But it's like, for me, it was these things that, again, I learned from doing the modules. Again, from speaking with
What
you
is
guys.
this young man who's
Yeah, it's
what
Terraform
is he telling me?
modules?
What's a 21-year-old kid talking about?
Sorry?
Really, yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You're not using any Terraform modules.
And I'm saying, all right, cool. So you guys using Chekhov for your scanning and
Chekhov?
Chekhov?
How greedy.
Compliance. What's going on? And it was
Was
one of those
Tribby
things
not
where
enough? I'm sorry.
then you speak to them. And then you go, and then you're like, all right, cool. I've clocked, and then I'm like, cool. I've clocked where I can be. I've seen a gap in the market in this job where I can now come and provide value straight away.
Yeah.
Right. And then I took advantage. And I remember from there being able to then say to people, I've worked on actually, leading and designing the infrastructure that was needed for a 7-figure contract. Now, when I put that on value on my CV, they're looking at it going,
sir.
well, like what? 7 figures.
Tough.
You know what I mean? And
Sorry?
it's something that I can talk about. So like, again, but then that I wouldn't have known from a regular Udemy course. That would have been a 3-minute video that wouldn't have explained the importance of something like that, So that in and of itself is so important. And I said, again, in that sense, relatability, the fact that we're learning from people that are already in the field, who are doing it, who know. Again, I can explain to them a situation and they'll then won't be like, I can't say to them, this is the first time I've ever heard about this. You're like, no, I've heard of it before. Yeah, okay, this is what you do. We've already, okay, this is how you go through this is how you maneuver. And for most man, again, it's easy. And that's what I'm saying. Even when people come to me now and they're saying, all right, cool, I'm in Code, but I'm in final year. Like, I don't even know how to or let's say, for example, I've got this internship interview. I've got this apprenticeship interview. I've got this grad role interview. I don't really know what to do. And because, again, they know I'm in their community. They can just reach out via school. And then from there, I'll be able to give them what the tips that I needed. Oh, bro, how did you even juggle doing all of this at the same time? All right, cool. I can tell you right there and then. Is again, not even. It's like I don't even have to, for example, just talk to Abs Mo Murad. I could talk to somebody who's in the community who has actually been through what I've been through as well. And then for them, for me, it's like an actual no-brainer. It's not just having 3 mentors. It's having every single person who's landed a role. It essentially becomes a mentor because they've now gone through the struggle that you've gone through.
And I want to also mention the reason why we even have you here in the first place.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned this whole idea about relatability. Like people will listen if obviously you came from their background.
Yeah.
And obviously we have a lot of those elements. We have non-technical, we have X, Y, and Z. But now there's the grads or the CS grads or the soon-to-be grads, right? Who, again, there's like an element of relatability, but now it completes it because you're exactly where they are right now.
Yeah.
And like, what better position can you be in other than someone who's done it and you have access to, that person. You have access to asking this person questions, other than like someone who's actually a CS grad.
So a lot of people are in their final years. A lot of people are just finished their degree. It's summer now.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to relax. 3 years, hard work. But what makes Code so great in your opinion for these kind of people? Why should they join? if they're either in their final year or just finished their uni degree?
Because you're literally at the final bit of life until you have to hit the real world. After third year uni, unless you want to go again, do the masters and keep yourself in education, you have now officially hit the real world. You need to go and find a job. Like responsibilities will hit you, you know. Especially, let's say for example, you're in your parents' house, you're gonna have to start contributing. Like, you know what I mean? You've got to start doing stuff now because you've now hit that age of what, 20, 21, 22. You've now become an adult. So for people right now who are in that final year, them again joining Coda Code, they've already done the hard, I guess the hard yards of finding out what you want to do, you know, finding the right like community to join, finding that right mentor. You've done all the hard bits. So you then joining is you taking that active step towards gaining and fulfilling that responsibility. Because let's be serious, we go on social media, you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, you're seeing a 20-year-old Allahumma barik who's got a Lamborghini Urus and he's living up his life. Allahumma barik, what's his name? Tabi. Allahumma barik. To him, you're seeing that type of stuff and you're thinking to yourself anyway at that age, yo, wait, I'm 20 years old, I'm in final year, I don't even know what I want to do in my life yet. And for you, again, to be able to join something that will be able to accelerate your life and then pick up those responsibilities, again, for most guys, we talk about like what most people want, right? Most people just want to get, they want to get married. They want to be able to live out of their parents' house. They want to be able to, they want to get the nice car. They want to be able to provide for their family. They want to be able to, again, one day make hijrah, one day move to Middle East, or wherever they want to move to, right? So these things, like being able to join Coda Code, like pivotal step will allow you to, at that 20, 21, be able to gain the skills necessary to be able to actually achieve those goals, right? Because again, like I say, I'm gonna keep saying this, nothing changes and nothing changes. You can wait a year after university, but that year that you spent, you just wasted that year. You get it? If you then, the earlier that you choose to do something is the earlier you'll reap the benefits, and that's how it works. So that's what you have to do. If you're in final year, I say do it, because that's exactly what I done. What was it? September, October, and now alhamdulillah I'm in a good position. You see?
I imagine, like, I had a picture in my head as you were describing all of that. It's like you're in a car, and there's the car's Coda Code.
Yeah.
And you have this destination, which is everything you described.
Yeah.
The car gets you there.
You
So
see?
like it's a vehicle to your destination.
100%.
Edit that in. Edit that.
100%.
The editor's not getting overtime. Yeah. Looking at me like I'm trying to make Ab's vision come true.
Yeah. But they've got,
Go on.
there's something really good you said about that though. It's the vehicle to get you there. But what do you have control over? You have control of the steering wheel and the pedals. If you don't press accelerate, you're not moving. And if you put yourself in reverse, you're going backwards.
And we made the
Right.
road though. Come
Exactly.
on, man. We gave the
you've done
whole road.
everything. Just press it, put your foot on the gas and
Put your
go.
foot down.
Put the fuel in. And drive.
Hey, we didn't know which turn we were taking, bro. For us, the road ended, bro. When we were first going through it,
You're paving
we
it,
didn't
bro.
have that.
You see, but yeah, that's what I believe anyway. If you're in that final year,
Fair play,
or
man.
even if you're in university, like for most people, like you can say to somebody, "All right, cool, I'm in my first year of university," and you can tell them, "All right, cool." If you land, I always ask the main question: if you were to land a role at first year, would you drop out? A lot of people will say no due to their like again, well, like, how can I explain it to my parents? And I always
A lot of people say yes, bro.
A lot of people say yes as well.
A lot of people
That's-
do say yes.
that's
At a certain amount.
Yeah, I've seen.
They'd say.
Salary.
If they got a 55k salary, they're dropping out.
100%.
Like we
100%.
by the way, we have someone in the community right now who's thinking about this, but for college. They're thinking about
Yeah,
it
we
for
got
college.
someone that's thinking about dropping out. of
Forget
college.
uni. You're talking about uni.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
final
yeah.
year. This person, he's like, we're not gonna say names, but he's thinking about it, and obviously, like, we're doing the right thing.
Yeah,
and telling him to
100%.
finish his college, but
I've got another question.
Go on.
Talk about life before Coda Code. What's life saying after Coda Code?
oh,
So, I say life after Coda Code.
Where's
is
the CLA?
the CLA again? To be honest, I think for me those were kiddie dreams. I can't lie to you. I've got an
Oh,
I've got an out.
he was laughing. Now he's.
Yeah, but now, alhamdulillah, I've been able to, since landing my role, I've been able to again open up the career spot where I've been able just to give back. Right, you guys have come down. You've seen the office. You've seen where we've been able to operate. And now, alhamdulillah, we've had people, and you know what it is. I'm gonna start listing off the people that we've landed. Again, some of them are in Coda Code as well. Again, I had to ask these people if I was allowed to say. I can't mention names, but again, after this, I'll be able to tell you guys. Allahumma barik. We have one brother who, again, one of my good friends who's been able to actually land a DevOps offer, completely non-technical. He left uni for this. He put his eggs in one basket. He put in the graft.
Came out of
Been able
Coda
to- Huh? I came out Coda Code. Yeah.
play.
Out of Coda Code. He was able to land DevOps role. We have another guy who was part of Coda Code. He used to come to the career spot quite a bit. Again, we've been able to land him a DevOps internship. And right now he's still interviewing for DevOps roles as well. Again, we're talking about people who have finished uni, people who didn't go to uni. We're talking about brothers. We have a brother, again, and I know he wouldn't mind me mentioning this, but again, he came to us at 18. He was like, cool, I don't know what I want to do, but I understand that the way I am and the way I carry myself, I'll be very good for sales. So what do? We sat him down. Let's get your LinkedIn right. Let's get your CV right. Let's get you applying to tech sales roles. Allah birdie can land a tech sales job.
Oh my
Do
god.
you get? People come to me, even if it's small things. I know I got another brother who came to me. I was like, cool, I've got a finance placement. I want to get into finance. I've got this placement thing. I want to see if I can get in. Cool. Let's get you on a mock interview. Let's sit you down. Let's go through the JD. Let's go through the hiring manager. Let's go through their background. What questions we're gonna ask you? How are you gonna carry yourself? You're gonna come in. You're gonna sit down. Are you gonna be very shy? You're gonna make it a conversation. All of these small little things you wouldn't even think about when you're going into an interview.
1% things.
Exactly.
They add up.
Wow.
And then once you get them, they got the message the other day. Bro, I done the interview. I done what you told me to do. Allahumma barik. They gave me the offer. So it's like now the main thing and the most important thing, and the reason why I started the career sport is because a lot of people land and they'll land a role, and the main thing they do is that they coach. All right, cool. I've done it. I put in the hard work. Now let me just chill, do my job, stay low key. But the main problem is that now when you're seeing the community in front of you, where you've got kids doing madnesses and kids doing things that they shouldn't be doing, you're now thinking, all right, cool, what's wrong with the community? The truth is, it lands on every single person as part of the community in order to make a difference, right? So for me, all I'm doing is my bit within careers, right? Trying to help people land into the jobs that they want to get into. Again, I don't push tech if there doesn't need to be tech. If somebody says, you know what, I really don't like computers, like, you know what, I want to do something that's within a certain field. Again, our sales is always the best one. Yeah, I want to get into sales. I understand that's for better for me. Then fine, let's tailor stuff towards that, because the things that you learn, again, the things that I've been able to learn from you guys are very much transferable to every other industry, you know, in terms of soft skills and that professional brand aspect. So me being able to do that and then hosting sessions, getting those people who do have those jobs, that software engineer, get him out of his comfort zone. Yo, bro, you're a software engineer and you've been chilling with the man this whole time. What do you mean you've been chilling with the man? Come to my office. Let's give a little presentation. Then we'll get some tickets going, and people can come and learn from you, right? And it gets you out of that shell. It gets you starting to mentor. And I remember, even we say back in the day, Bristol, again, it was a very low-key city. Again, you guys may have not even heard of Bristol that much before, right? But since starting the career sport, and again, we've got a lot of good community organizations at the moment that are working now in Bristol. The Bristol name has started to get out. People now in Bristol understand that, look, I don't
Bristol
have
on
to...
the map.
No, I don't-
Bristol, the
it's like,
map.
we don't have to be just doing these
What is
security...
it? 01.
Yeah, we don't have to be doing these regular security or all of these things. We can now look at different people who are part of these careers that I now can see myself doing. And look, that's my mentor over there. Let me go chat to him. Let me see
You
if
know
I
what I
can get to the
noticed,
role.
yeah, like even for Coda Code, a byproduct of, obviously initially we were just thinking of one thing.
Yeah.
How can we get people into DevOps jobs? How can we get people earning, 60, 70, 80k, up to six figures? And a byproduct of all of this that we've built,
Yeah.
that we weren't even accounting for, was community. And I saw it in a comment on one of my posts in the community, that Saqib said, it's like what you guys have built, like the community you guys have built, is like is the best thing that about Coda Co.
Yeah.
Like it's like now people are landing roles, and on top of that, they're seeing other people land mid-level or higher roles.
Yeah.
And now they're thinking, okay, I need to think big. I need to think about the next step. So now they're thinking about, okay, I'm gonna go for a mid-level role.
Yeah.
So now they're still in the community, but they want to push further.
Yeah.
They want to go for the next mid-level or senior. There's people who have started in the community. They went from junior to mid-level to senior to the UAE.
Yeah.
A topic I've mentioned today about money, yeah?
Yeah.
Tech, money as big. While you were third year, what number would have made you happy as your first role, like numbers wise?
If I could be honest and say anything, like again, like let's say plus 25k plus. Again, it wouldn't have been as much as I was making before, but I'm now working a 9 to 5 and I've got my time back. Do you get it? I'd have been like, cool, and I'm gaining that experience. Anything over 25 is fine. But then one thing that people don't account for when you're chilling with, Allahumma barik, lead and senior DevOps engineers, is that your mindset just starts to shift just a tiny bit. It goes from all right, cool, 25, 30, I won't mind it, to 50. I'm looking at that going, what? What are we talking about? Well, like, I know more. I've got more expertise than this. I'll push for that. And I think that was one thing that I didn't even notice myself. Right. I remember I had an offer We can say the number. This doesn't really matter. I remember got offered for a DevSecOps role, 60 grand, right? 60 grand DevSecOps. And I remember I was in the room with one of my brethrens, and he's listening to the recruiter, basically begging me to take the job. Like, I understand you have this, but like, and I understand, of course, commission, right? So he's gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, I'll get back to you. Nah.
Mind
And
games.
I put the phone down, right? I said, maybe he'll give me a higher, regardless, it doesn't matter to me. My brethren looked at me and said, there's no way Musi just turned down 60k in front of my face. What are you doing? But I'm laughing.
It's
if I had
real
that.
life, bro. I'll be honest. The leverage that you build once you acquire the skills and also understand the market. I think another powerful thing about being in the community is you get an insight to a market like none other, no one else
We're
would.
very transparent. Like,
Yeah.
Numbers like just
We wouldn't
Oh,
wouldn't
there was
know
a
this. You know,
time.
there's so many
Yeah.
engineers out there
yes.
that have as much experience as us and don't know how much they could earn. Even like I'm not gonna name his name, but someone you know very well.
Yeah.
He was telling his manager that has been in DevOps for like 10 plus years,
Hmm.
and his manager's like on I think 110 or something.
Yeah.
He's like, I know someone that makes more than that, has been in the field for 3 or 4 years. And manager's like, how is that even possible? He's like, oh, and he's like giving him my LinkedIn, and like, saying you can chat. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down to chat to your manager and share my insights. Like, I'm sure he's very technical. I'm sure he's great at what he does.
He has the
He has
skills.
10 years plus experience. He's head of platform engineering. He's probably great. But there's stuff I know because of the exposure
Yeah.
I've had. You could have 10 years of experience, but not get the exposure where you get to see what everyone else is on. And that's what allowed us to grow really well.
Yes, I was just gonna say that because
Yeah.
you know the whole idea about transparency.
Yeah.
With the way we got close is like I'd have conversations with some of my colleagues, and me, I'm open. Like I'm on 35k
Yeah.
or 40k. I've just got this job. I'm on 60k. I was open about that, but then I've noticed people around me, colleagues, like anyone I spoke to, they were very gatekeeping.
Yeah,
like,
keep it there.
that whole mindset of gatekeeping. And then I come across these guys, obviously Mo, like, he's my brother, but Murad, and like he's so open, like he's just transparent. Oh yeah, now I'm on this salary now, 55k. It was such an open. Huh?
TikTok.
Which one?
Yeah.
There's a bit of controversy to address.
No,
Oh,
quick.
But we'll carry this on.
And I was gonna say that got us like very close. Like the whole idea
We were
of
in Valencia, and I was showing you my payslip.
Yeah,
bro,
literally, I was
I
calm.
put my phone on the speaker saying, guys, look, I'm about to get a pay rise. And I'm just like, get everyone to listen. And then it was a 2k pay rise.
I was like, oh, guys, they only gave me a 15k
They gave me a
retention
headlock,
bonus.
bro. I remember. Only 15K.
I was like, it's only 50 bags, bro. They're like, what?
It was a lot.
You could get that? What is a retention bonus? What is this?
That's the first time I heard about it as well.
Yeah, bro, like we're all, but you'd never get insights to this. Like even Abs, when he used to negotiate offers, one thing I took away from Abs is he always asked for sign-on bonuses, right? Like if he doesn't get the salary that he might want, or they're not so pushy on salary. Sometimes they could be a lot more flexible.
I got a sign-on bonus from every company I've
Yeah,
got.
he was sign-on bonus king. I can't lie to you.
fair enough.
Abs is sign-on bonus final boss, bro. Any role just needs a sign-on bonus ready for Abs. But when I took that away from him, I start my other role. I'm like, yeah, they're like, you know what? We're giving you the upper end of the budget. We've maxed out. We've even gone above. Squeeze a little 10 bag sign-on.
Yeah.
You get it? Like,
But it's crazy because that's how they think. They think,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we have budget for a bonus, but we don't really have budget for a salary.
Yeah.
Because in their head they're thinking that you're gonna stay there for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And if you have that like gap in that salary,
Yeah.
we're thinking about I'm gonna be here for a year. Like I'm leaving in a year's time. But but it's like you're able to get that bonus out from it.
we got to address a bit of controversy from
What was
you.
the controversy?
You revealed your salaries that you've made over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of
Numbers.
speaking
Oh,
of
no.
salary
Transparency.
transparency,
Yeah.
I saw paychecks.
Oh, he's.
I saw figures.
Mm.
I saw commas. I saw a lot of zeros. I saw
man.
commas on certain payslips that I don't think people have seen before.
She's talking about that.
Yeah, but how did you
Those are
feel?
real, by the way. Those are actually real. Like I had to collate, go through my emails, look at what offer, and get a screenshot and send it to the team. Like, guys, look, it's legit. Those are actually, by the way, legit. Like real numbers.
Yeah.
the stuff you've seen, like day contract 600 a day, 80k, 90k, 95k. Remember one time
We're just speaking about
we're in Manchester, that company, that's a law company, they offered 95k,
Which one?
90k.
Manchester.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
with
yes,
Manchester.
yes.
We were on the phone.
Yeah.
Man, not loud enough. Yeah, it's coming through. They offered 90k, 95k. We didn't take it. We left it. That's not enough. And then we had another one. Oh, I remember one time over the phone after Jum'ah prayer. Yeah, they offered 95k. I asked for the guy on the recruiter 100k. He gave it straight. I was like, I knew I could
I
have got
remember
more.
this. I was driving, and I
Yeah.
was like to him,
Begins with a Z, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Begins with a Z.
That as well.
Yeah,
That's
that
another
one.
one as well. That's another one
yeah,
as
that's the
well.
one.
I was
Too
like,
many 6-figure offers. I'm like, which one
It's
is
casually
it?
it's just there. Like,
I remember the one that I had for 128 that I had to turn down.
Why did you do that one? What's the reason?
It was hybrid,
Office.
and at the time I was remote,
Okay.
leaving the UK.
I don't think people understand what you just said.
By the way,
Wait, just wait, just wait,
we're
wait,
talking
wait,
about
wait,
all this
wait,
salary.
wait.
And then Mozzie's like, what do I need to do now?
I think you understand. I think you guys got to remember. Like, I was hearing that.
Shall I say it on this pod? The largest offer I got, and people gonna think I'm chatting crap.
Go, go.
Next episode.
Next. Oh.
Yeah.
We got people waiting. You got to join for the
They
next
will
one.
lose. People will lose their mind if I show them that offer.
See,
I'm not even
next
sure.
episode.
Next
Because
episode.
I was hearing that in security, guys.
Next
You don't think you
episode.
understand. I'm hearing crazy people outside, and I used to be hearing these offers, and I just go like, "What am I doing wrong?" Honestly, like I'm trying to do everything, and then now, again, me being on the receiving end of that, or like being on the other side of it, I'm going, "What?" That's so weird because I'm thinking like even like what I'm on at the moment, like, yo, these men are clearing me. I still need to. I still got to catch up. I still got a place I need to go. What is this? Do you know what I mean? So it's having that again. Now, if you're in around the same like-minded people, then you're always gonna be because again, you always aim to be the dumbest person in the room. So when you're the dumbest person in the room, you always have the biggest, most room to grow.
A lot of old heads will hate on this though. They will hate, man, on like Gen Z wanting X amount of money. They ain't even been in the field for 10 years, 5 years, bro. I think it's actually incredibly powerful having that community with a lot of salary transparency and people just constantly pushing. It's kind of crazy, but
We're very fortunate. We're very fortunate for that to have the community, the people
And they have
around
the
us.
best of like both worlds.
we'd be on. The truth is, we'd probably right now be on 65k, bro. That's the truth. If we didn't know other people's salaries, if we didn't know what the market looks like, we'll be 5 years in on 65k.
Yeah,
One guy
that's-
more.
And it would have been reasonable.
Yeah.
More. Remember that person you used to work with. Won't say names.
Okay.
But when you told him your salary, even though he was higher up,
Yeah.
at the
Was
first company we
was
worked
the
at.
place that I was at for a bit of time.
Yeah. Like, and you told him after you left, and you were speaking about salaries.
Ah, yes,
And
yes.
as a
yes.
result of telling him, he's like, "What? You're on that, and I'm on this."
Yeah, I
and he
remember.
was our mentor, by the way, at that company. He was our mentor, and as soon as he had that convo with Mo, the next thing you see is that he's working at a different company. he's on 6 figures. Like that whole salary transparency.
Oh, I remember now. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, he was my manager.
Obviously,
Obviously, okay, cut.
Aye.
No, but it's calm. Which
Yeah, we
manager?
don't
Which
know
manager?
which
Which
manager.
manager?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
manager? And plus, he
manager.
wouldn't mind me saying this. Like,
But
he's a cool guy.
he's a cool
We
guy.
chat. He's a
Yeah.
cool guy.
You know what's crazy? The community isn't at its full strength yet. Do you know how crazy that? You know our community is just getting better and better. The people that land jobs now
Yeah,
are going to be seniors like in 2 years' time.
that's mad.
And then in 3 years' time, they're going to be leads at different companies. So now we can say, oh yeah, come to Coda Code. We've got people who head up all types of different companies.
We're all over the place, isn't
All,
it?
they're all over the place. The Coda Code is just growing.
Yeah.
It's not the final form yet. This is where it's going to go. And if you want to be a part of the community, join me on a consultation call.
Aye, I
Well
like
played,
that.
Behind the
A bit
scenes.
shameless, but I like that.
We can see
Because
actually
my
the
own
fruits.
plug in my own company, me die.
You know, I was just thinking about
But-
as you were saying that, yeah, the collective salaries in the community is probably
Ramadan.
no, that's a small one.
But that's a stat.
That's
we
a
have.
small one. That's a
Let's
stat.
give them a little small one then.
I'm talking. All right, we'll start with the small one.
Start with the small one.
We'll start with the
Give
small
them a
one.
little stat.
Like just in Ramadan alone, in 1 month, the salaries that we helped like our students get was £1 million for just like 20 students who landed roles. Now you do the math, yeah,
It was 2 million.
2 million. No, it was a million. It was a million. It was a million. Trying to play the numbers.
Yeah, my bad.
Now, for those who can actually comprehend this a bit more as well,
Yeah.
it was It's 100 million for everyone who's landed roles.
Is it? You've done the maths?
100 million for everyone who's landed roles.
We've generated 100 million in revenue to this flipping.
Yeah.
Bro, we've contributed 100 million to the economy of
the
taxable
economy.
income, bro. I need the
about
Prime
that.
Minister to write me a letter, fam.
Think about that.
At 10 billion.
What's the night? What's the night?
10, 10th of a billion.
Yeah, it is around 100 mil.
A 10th of a billion,
That
bro.
we've contributed.
Yes.
Yeah. We've generated 100 mil
100 mil.
of taxable
Let's
income
just
into
say
the...
200, 300 people have got roles. If you average out 50k.
His maths are a bit slow.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, that's the wrong guy.
I'm joking.
Or is it 10 million? Am I wrong? Is it 10 million?
No, it's 100 million.
No.
Open calculator.
Actually,
200 times
It's
50.
10 million. 10 million.
It's 10 million.
10 million?
10 million
Yeah,
pounds.
200 times 50.
it must be more than 10 mil.
200
But it's
times
more than 10.
50K.
It's more than 10 million.
200 times 50k.
It will be more than 10 million because you're not
200
counting for the
times
people
1,000.
that got six-figure
How much is
offers
that?
and
It's 10 million.
10 million.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's 10 million.
100 million.
Yeah.
I was off by 1-0.
I hear
But
it.
10 million. How you figure?
Next year, 100 million could generate
Yeah.
to the economy.
And by the way, that's like we've used 50k. The average isn't 50K.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
we use
yeah,
average,
yeah.
you're right,
Average
you're
is
right,
50k.
you're right.
The average is more like
Yeah.
60 area.
But I remember even when I showed you the interview that I had for that role that was paying,
The
that was
The
paid.
big bucks.
I showed him
Remember.
there was a few companies above 200, 300 bags.
Mm.
Mo actually was like, oh, it's not real. The interview's not real. When I first showed him it, he was like, bro. He's like, why would they pay an engineer that much?
Anyways,
I
like,
reveal
too
something.
much talk about money. This is like
Yeah.
this is
People are gonna think
it's
we're
we do
legal.
a
shallow.
lot more in the community. Don't
Yeah.
worry. So
Yeah.
No, 100%.
quick fire
fire.
questions. Cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is quick fire.
Go.
Yeah.
Pew, pew.
All right.
Cool.
CS degree in 2026. Worth it or a scam?
Nah, scam. No, scam's crazy. Scam, it's scam. Sorry, what am I
Oh.
talking about? we got wake up again. That's crazy.
What degree?
CS.
CS.
CS degree.
CS. Yeah, scam. Yeah.
What's the most useless thing you learned at uni? The most useless thing.
That's a good question. What is the most useless thing I learned in uni? I'm blanking.
I remember you said SQL before. The theory around SQL.
No, even worse than
fact
that.
I remember is nothing.
It's
It means
even
that.
no, but it's even
Oh,
worse.
there you
than-
go. The fact that
It's
you
even
remember
nothing.
The fact that you remember
Yeah,
nothing.
even worse.
It shows how
Is that all of it was useless?
Yeah. So random frameworks that I've never used in my life. Random. Oh yeah.
Biggest lie CS grads are told about getting a job.
Oh, that is like guaranteed. The market is absolutely loving a degree. If you have a degree, you're definitely landing a job. That's the biggest.
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest I've seen.
Scam.
All right, I want you to rank boot camp, degree, self-taught, and I'm gonna throw a nice one in there. Coda Co.
All right, cool. We'll go first. First, of course, is we'll put Coda Co up there. Coda Co again, the community. What you get, especially for landing a DevOps role, wallahi is unmatched. Now, number 2, I'll go boot camp. Again, we've kind of spoken about boot camp before, but again, it's that structured learning. Again, you having a boot camp in my opinion, I put boot camp and university at the same. But
Yeah.
but truthfully, I would put boot camp there, and I put self-taught here, and then put uni last.
Damn.
Because I'll tell you one thing about self-teaching.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Uni at the bottom.
No. Because I'll tell you one thing about self-teaching. Self-teaching is cool. Okay, let's say for example you've got discipline, and you have the ability to link stuff together. Like, okay, you can link these tools and put them into a project. You don't have that engineering. Again, you don't know what production workload even looks like. Do you even know that, let's say, for example, when you're creating a Terraform infrastructure, that you need an environment for it that has dev staging and prod? Do you know that you can use Terragrant? Like, these small little tools that you can, again, I went technical there, but these things you wouldn't know unless you spoke to a senior engineer or a lead engineer. You wouldn't know that at all. So even self-teaching, I think it would teach you, you're kind of hoping for someone to give you a chance, if that makes sense. That's what self-teaching gives you as well. You know?
Perfect. The next one, finish the sentence.
Yeah.
University never taught me.
How to land a job. Like, honestly, like, it never taught me how to land a job.
University never taught me how to land a job. Put it on a t-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt.
What do you tell your little brother to do a CS degree today?
No. Again, I have a little brother.
Do you have a little brother?
I have a little brother. He's literally going into year 13 now. So he's year 12 now, going into year 13. He's hitting that 17, 18-year-old mark. Allahumma barik, he's a very clever
Prime
kid.
Coda Co age.
Yeah.
Hey.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I sound like a
What's the junior soon?
So for him, again, you know, at one point, you know what I done at one point? I tried to. What's it called?
Cancelled.
Sorry, so did I.
Yeah, do you know what I tried to do
Yeah.
at one point? I tried to make him do my LinkedIn posts.
Yeah.
I remember at the time, like it sounds again for me from like an automation person, but I remember saying to him like, "Cool, don't make a post about DevOps, make a post about something like again whatever you believe like topics, whether it be extracurricular. All right, cool, I've done a hackathon. Try and make a post on that, and it's not for the fact of like him being technical and all of that, but it's him being able to actually land that professional brand and learn how that works. But yeah,
All right. The interview question that catches out grads only, like people who are only grads, theory only grads.
anything that starts with tell me with a time. Anything that starts with tell me of a time, a CS grad, if they haven't again put in the work for it, or let's say for example has done what I call a GPT degree, doesn't know the answer to any scenario question because they ain't done it themselves.
Tell me a time. I didn't
All right.
do this in the lecture.
All right.
I didn't do this.
How
in the
many
lecture.
people from your degree landed roles?
2. Me and one other guy. Me and one other guy were the only 2 people that I know that
I
landed a
think
role.
that is where we end the podcast.
There we go.
I think that answers everyone's questions. I think the whole topic, the theme of this podcast was, is the CS degree worth it? And I think you've answered the question.
Yeah.
man.
Well, again, guys, if you're 18, 17, 18, thinking about getting into, think about getting a degree for CS, don't bother. Figure out what you want to do, niche down.
What about those who are already like they're already in?
If you're already in,
They're already in.
then just do these steps I'm about to say. They apply to both being out of a degree and in a degree. Figure out what you want to niche down, and then find a mentor. So find somebody who's in the position you want to be, speak to them, and that in and of itself, let's say for example it isn't DevOps, it's something else, that formula alone will be able to give you the quote unquote experience and the projects needed in order to land something.
And what's the best niche?
A niche DevOps, 100%.
Why?
Because I'm in it. and also, again, I like to say because of the opportunities. Now, people won't understand. Within especially London, the Southwest, remote, everything I've seen, there's a lot of DevOps engineers, and that's people don't understand. In Bristol, a lot of recruiters will reach out to me for DevOps roles, even though I've been in a role. Like they'll always reach out and it'll always be stuff like whether it be government, anything. I've seen AI startups, I've seen law, I've seen government stuff, and they'll always reach out because there's such a demand for it within the Southwest. So again, that's why I always say to people in Bristol, or in Cardiff, wherever, you guys really need to get onto this, because I said it can't be me and my brethren taking all the jobs, innit? Everyone else needs to eat as well. So guys, if you guys want to catch me, it's ismuzi2 on TikTok and muzi.dev on IG. It should be right here, editor. I hope it's right here. And then guys, you can also obviously reach out if you guys have got any questions, I guess, how I did it. But again, please, if you watch the podcast, due diligence, ask me good questions. Thank you.